Are they ready in the van?
Yeah, ready? We're going to start intro in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
This is Sholo Ford's presentation of high school football on iTalk 106.7 FM and iTalk1067.com. Also brought to you in part by Northland Pioneer College, Ace Hardware of the White Mountains, Deemer's Glass, Beeler Orthodontics, Summit Regional Medical Center, Octopus Car Wash, Mountain Mobile Auto Glass, and Little Blue Bird Studios. And now, Sholo Ford presents high school football on iTalk 106.7 FM and worldwide on iTalk1067.com.
Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome to Snowflake High School, home of the Lobos, and host tonight to the Sholo Cougars in this 3A East competition rivalry game. This matchup featuring an undefeated Lobos team and a Sholo Cougar team who's hungry for a win as they come into the contest 1-2. Their only win against Payson this season. They've had two brutal losses, including a big loss last week to the Round Valley Elks, a region loss that has set them back, especially when you talk about a shortened season. Mike, you mentioned it earlier on when we were talking and discussing this game, with only two teams from each region going to the playoffs. Every single game this year is critical.
It is, and Sholo finds themselves on the wrong side of those two teams right now at 1-2 with, as you mentioned, those losses, and they've won big and they've lost big. And so it's kind of a Jekyll and Hyde for the Sholo Cougars so far this season. And so it's going to be interesting to see which team shows up. Coach K. Solomon of the Snowflake Lobos knows that he has to be prepared for that good team that could show up for the Sholo Cougars.
Well, that's one of our Ace Hardware keys to the game, brought to you by the Ace Hardware in the White Mountains with a 24/7 locksmith. Next time you're locked out of your car, just need a key made. The Ace Hardware has a mobile unit that will come to you. That's the Ace Hardware in Pinetop, Sholo, and Heber Overguard. And we now go to our Summit Regional Medical Center injury report, brought to you by Summit Regional Medical Center. And next time your athlete needs to get back into the game, check it out at Sunrise Regional Medical Center. Everything your athlete needs to get back into the game. And one injury of big note for the Snowflake Lobos is their key running back, Taran Green, suffered a bruised knee last week against Blue Ridge, and he is a little iffy about playing this game tonight.
Well, it's interesting. Coach Solomon might have said it jokingly, but said, in case of emergency, he would be available. However, he is also the leading tackler for this team, so that's going to put some more pressure on Rev Brimhall of the Lobos to pick up the slack on the defensive end. So, and actually, we also heard possibly Mason McKinley, the running back mate of Green, might be out as well.
Well, we're going to do our national anthem here as we get that mic'd up for you, hopefully, here.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
It's your Snowflake Madrigals right there.
Tell you, for high school groups, I don't know anybody that does it any better.
Absolutely love coming to Snowflake for that very reason right there, Mike. An opportunity to hear an actual live. It looks like we're having a moment of silence here. Oh, we're doing the Snowflake fight song. So
we're impartial. We don't have to stand for that one.
Yeah. Okay. Hey, let's go back to our keys to the game, our key players of the game, brought to you by the Ace Hardware of the White Mountains with a 24/7 locksmith. Next time you're locked out of your car or just need a key made for your home, contact the Ace Hardware with their mobile unit. They'll come to you, Ace Hardware in Pine Top, Sholo. And Heber Overgaard. Colton Yeager, how about this junior quarterback for Sholo? He's a kid that can light some stuff up, I think, if he can get going. 18 of 36, 246 yards and a touchdown. He has thrown 2 picks so far this season. He's a guy they really need to get going in this game.
They really do, and lack of experience is a bit of a problem with only those 3 games under his belt. As you mentioned, though, they do hope that he can get going. However, Sholo does try to make it easier for him by running the ball. That's where they've made most of their yards this year. However, in those games where they got behind, they kind of wanted Yeager to be able to do something, but kind of tough when you get yourself in a hole.
Another key player tonight for the Cougars will be number 32, Quinton Maxwell, who's had some pretty good games as of late. 35 carries, 199 yards, averaging 66.3 yards per game and 2 touchdowns on the season. He's a kid that, again, that can help balance out that passing game. So far, they've been kind of hit and miss with that offense. They're going to need both cylinders to fire tonight.
Well, and Coach Solomon is worried a little bit about that Sholo run game, and Maxwell does get the yeoman's amount of work as far as carries go. So he's gonna need a lot. He's gonna need a lot of holes opened up in the middle in order to get something going on the ground and force Snowflake to honor that ground game, which then in turn might help Colton Yeager get something going through the air.
Caden Cantrell for the Snowflake Lobos, their starting quarterback. He's a kid that's coming off of an injury. He's had a little bit of a hip problem, a hip bruise that caused him some problems at Thatcher. Last week we saw him a little more mobile. We think he's going to be good to go tonight, but he's a kid that's a dual threat. He can run the ball and throw the ball.
Yeah, he's the second leading rusher on the team. He is completing 54% of his passes, has 500 yards through the air. So Snowflake definitely willing to air it out if the opportunities arise, and that makes it really tough for the Cougar defense when they got to honor both the run and the pass. And so look for Cantrell, as you said, Cam, to perhaps getting a little healthier might spell trouble for the Sholo Cougars.
Well, he's a prototypical drop-back quarterback. He looks like a kid that can throw it and air it out, but as you mentioned, has the ability to run as well. So we'll look to him to be one of the keys to the game tonight for the Snowflake Lobos. We talked about Taran Green. Not sure if he's going to get many touches tonight. Coach Solomon saying that he's going to use him sparingly due to that knee injury. But he's a kid that sparked the Lobos to their win last week. 31 carries, 191 yards, and a touchdown. And actually, those stats haven't been updated because he had 2 touchdowns last week against the Yellow Jackets.
And he has 43 tackles as well to lead the team. So definitely going to be missed tonight if he can't go. That's going to leave a big hole offensively and defensively and leadership-wise as Green is senior for the Lobos.
Well, we're getting set for the toss. That's your Ace Hardware keys to the game. Brought to you by the Ace Hardware of the White Mountains, now with a 24/7 locksmith. Next time you're locked out of your car or just need to get into your home, need a key made for your home, contact the Ace Hardware in Pine Top, Sholo, and Heber Overgaard. We're just about set for the Northland Pioneer College kickoff, but first the captains will meet at center field, and it's going to be Maxwell and Cordell. We are going to be
I don't care.
Going to be the 2 that are going to meet at center field. We'll go down to our official, Chuck Copeland.
If I don't catch it, I will reflip it. Mr. Sneed needs to hear you.
Heads.
It is a head. You get to choose.
Defer.
Okay, Sholo wins the toss. They'll defer. You want the football? Which way would you like to kick, sir?
That way.
Put your back here. Snowflake, come with me. Okay, go get your teams, gentlemen. Have a good night.
Cougars won the toss and they deferred.
All right.
So your Snowflake Lobos will get the ball first.
Well, there's your toss as the Snowflake Lobos set to come out on the field and get this one underway. This is high school football presented by Sholo Ford here on iTalk 1067 and iTalk1067.com. Here's your sponsors for this contest tonight: Ace Hardware in Pinetop, Heber, and Show Low, Northland Pioneer College, Octopus Car Wash, Summit Regional Medical Center, Beeler Orthodontics, Deemer's Glass, Furniture Gallery, and of course Show Low Ford on the east end of the Deuce. We cannot do these broadcasts without those sponsors, so we invite you, if you enjoy watching these broadcasts, to please go and make your presence known at these sponsor locations. Looks like we've got an alert coming across.
Oh, that could be exciting. Or is that what Snowflake likes to play?
Oh, okay.
But I do want to mention something, Camden. If you look at, I wonder if Snowflake, if Coach Solomon has thought about this at all, but he might be living a kind of blessed football life this year. If you look at his games, each one of his games have been less, the result has been they've won by less than 3 points. They've been able to squeak out victories every time against good teams. And so perhaps this Snowflake team, Coach Solomon can talk to them about being a team of destiny.
Well, we welcome you to Snowflake High School. The 2020 campaign about halfway over. Snowflake with 3 wins under its belt. The Show Low Cougars coming into this one with 1 win, 2 losses. And every win is going to count. As we mentioned in this pregame, the reality is that there's only 2 teams guaranteed spots from each region. There is a possibility that an at-large could come from this region, but as you look at things, you want to make sure that you're not banking on that.
Yeah, and right now, as the standings go, it's Snowflake 1, Round Valley 2, and then Winslow and Blue Ridge are kind of tied, but Winslow hasn't played any region games yet, and then Show Low down at the bottom, percentage-wise, but really only Round Valley and Snowflake have region wins.
Time for our Northland Pioneer College kickoff, and it's going to be a short one fielded at the 10. They
hand it off.
Give it on a reverse out to the 15 and snowed under near the 20-yard line. And I believe it was Trenton Beeler on the tackle.
I think he was a carry, yeah. I didn't see who was on the tackle.
So Mike Gradil, Camden Smith with you here tonight. We are dusting off some cobwebs, so we hope that you'll bear with us as we try to call our first game in about 5 or 6 years.
Eyes are a little older. It's like coming out of retirement.
Yeah, my eyes were old back when we were good, Mike. Cantrell in the shotgun to start things off for the Lobos. He'll take the shotgun snap, fake the handoff, looking to throw, rolls to his right, throws over the middle, wide open, caught at the 35 to the 40, 45, knocked down at midfield as they get a Melton Mobile Auto Glass first down, and that is Lane Perkins on the reception. Halcomb on the tackle.
And Halcomb's going to be a big key to this Show Low Cougar defense, but boy, just way too much room open in the middle. I think actually Cantrell wanted to go deep but had to check off down underneath.
Big time throw, pitch and catch, and I don't know how the Show Low coverage was that far blown in the middle of the field, but the Lobos going to take a carry straight ahead here. And Brimhall will have a couple tackles made by Jones here at the 50, call it the 46-yard line of the Cougars.
Yeah, Nate Jones going to anchor that defensive line. 6'4", 230-pound senior. He's got to really come up big for Show Low tonight and stop that run game.
Cantrell in the gun, looking for the shotgun snap again. Sets a man in motion back behind him. Now hands it to that man, and the give is straight ahead. Enough for a first down across the 40 to the 38-yard line. They mark him down at the 39. Good for a Mountain Mobile Auto Glass first down. The carry made by Caleb Lyman.
Well, I'll tell you what, great execution by the Snowflake Lobos as Camden Brimhall led through the hole and was able to pick up a linebacker on that second layer and allow Lyman to pick up those yards for the first down.
Opening paragraph of this contest, no score. Cougars with their backs against the wall already in this one, giving up 2 quick first downs on 3 plays.
3 plays, yeah.
3 plays so far in the contest, and already the Snowflake Lobos have chewed up about 60 yards on the night. Set a man in motion towards the formation, fake a couple of handoffs. Looks like there may have been a miscommunication in the backfield, and a sack is going to happen in the backfield as we get a couple of players combining on the tackles for the Show Low Cougars. Number 58, I think, Cooper Everin, and number 50, Kevin Whipple.
Bryson Ryan also there from his middle linebacker position. He's one of the leading tacklers for the Cougars, and that's a big boost. And see if the Cougars can take some momentum now and make things happen for them.
And I mistakenly called Kevin Whipple by the wrong name. He's the team captain for the Cougars here tonight, who went out for the toss, and I apologize to him and his family. Cantrell in the gun, single man flanking him, actually behind him in the backfield. There's the shotgun snap to him. He's looking to throw near side, and it'll be incomplete. Intended for his big receiver, number 18, Noah Baum, who was very effective in the first couple of weeks.
Talon Lester on the coverage for the Cougars, and a tough one to come right out with. A little timing route on the out pattern, but Cantrell just a bit too high. A little excitement under that throw.
Two receivers out to the left. And Snowflake, as they do, checking their wristband.
Yeah, the college style.
To get the play from inbounds. Cantrell, a blurry Cantrell here. Takes the shotgun snap, rolls to his left, throws it downfield, and it's incomplete. Threw it with the defender on the intended receiver. A diving attempt to knock it away by Yeager, I believe, was the defender on that far side.
Well, and I'm not sure who he was going for. He had his tight end out there, Rev Brimhall, but also had Rice and Stewart out there as well, and they were kind of lined up, threw over one man and in front of another. Really, Yeager had the best chance at that one. So, I don't know if Cantrell's feeling some pressure with Green out, but he's been a little bit erratic after that first pass, which was beautiful. Since then, he's not really connected.
Pretty sure that was intended for Stewart, and just probably an ill-advised throw that time. And now on fourth down, they'll be forced to punt as they get a good snap back to the 40-yard line. A nice tight spiral that's going to go tail down and then dips, and it'll be caught at the 12. Bring it out to the 15, near side to the 20. Dan shakes and bakes and gets his way to the 23-yard line. What a nice return that time for Kishbaugh. Ryan Kishbaugh, sophomore, 5'8", 145-pounder for the Show Low Cougars. And look at the nice little nifty move to get some extra yards on that one.
Well, there's a reason he's one of the leading rushers for the Cougars. You see it right there as the Cougars try to set up the picket fence down here on the near sideline. Pretty well executed, but really most of that was because of Kishbaugh's legs.
So they'll have their first possession at the 24-yard line.
They got the wristbands also.
And Show Low with Yeager in the gun. Collins signals, and a loose snap, and the ball falls down, and it may be a loss. They lost it on the transition there. Bryson Ryan, and we can't really see it from that angle, but
it was a high snap, I think, and as Yeager brought it down, he hit the helmet of Bryson Ryan. And that's what popped the ball loose. But luckily for Sholo, they fall on it. Unluckily, they lose 3 yards.
There we go. Nice shot of Yeager there calling the signals. And he's pump fakes, now throws, and it is caught at the 35, out to the 40, now knocked out of bounds near the 44-yard line. Great reception and a Mountain Mobile Auto Glass first down for the Show Low Cougars. Number 11, Isaiah Holcomb, on the reception.
And Yeager doesn't throw it much, but boy, you see him right there. I think he was going to throw it to the short guy, and all of a sudden he saw Holcomb come free and pulled it back and threw it over the top for that first down.
That time Chase Irvin was on the coverage.
Another high snap.
And a fumble, and the ball's going to go. It looks like Snowflake may have it at the 39-yard line. And they do.
Well, again, we saw the high snap. I think it's Jones is the center, but a high snap, and Yeager couldn't get it down in time. Tried to get it to Bryson Ryan, but That's twice. That's something they're going to have to figure out. And, of course, both those guys play defense, so that's going to be tough to get sorted out before their next offensive possession.
Ball at the 40-yard line. So Snowflake going to get the ball right back where they turned it over in essence. Cantrell in the gun. Takes the snap. Looks to his left. Throws across the middle and is caught at the 20. And spinning out of a tackle. Finally wrapped up Bryson Stewart for the Snowflake Lobos. Has a Mountain Mobile Auto Glass first down at the 17.
Pretty good coverage there by Halcomb, but not much he could do. As just a great throw this time. And I think the difference right there is the fact, that was Yeager on the coverage, is Cantrell was sitting in the pocket. He had time. He had stepped up. He wasn't on the run, and he delivered a strike that time.
Cantrell so far on tonight having a pretty good night. I think he's only missed one completion on the evening.
I think he's 2 for 4.
And here's a carry straight ahead by Cantrell on the keeper. On the quarterback draw, he gets to the 15, gain of 2. Second down and 8.
A design play. The Lobos go really without a tight end most of the time. But they do have their actually they line their tight end out way wide.
Snap to Cantrell. Quick throw here near sideline. Wide receiver screen. It is caught and picking his way through some traffic here is Stewart. But a penalty marker thrown as he's knocked down near the 12.
Well, that was not a great throw by Cantrell, even though it was just a quick out. He actually made Stewart go backwards for it. So credit Stewart for trying to get some forward progress.
Holding Snowflake, number 24.
So we get a Snowflake penalty. They played relatively flawless last week against Blue Ridge. That was one of the reasons they were so successful.
Holding Snowflake, number 24. It'll be a 10-yard penalty. Repeat second down.
Chuck Copeland, our head official tonight, on the call there. And we go back to the 21-yard line, Cougar 21. And it remains second down, but it'll be second down and about 13. Call it 14 yards to go for a first down. Trip set to the left side of the formation. Single receiver here to the near side is
Jailbreak.
Cantrell is going to be snowed under. Noah Baum was the receiver here on the near side, but
it was Whipple on the tackle. I'm sorry, I think it was Cooper Irving actually. It was 50 or 58, hard to tell, but a big jailbreak for the Cougar defensive line.
Third down and 16, third and 15. Cantrell in trouble again. He's going to go down. Third sack tonight by the Cougars. And this time it's number 88. A.J. Henderson, the 6'3", 205-pound junior for the Cougars, with the third sack of the night for the Sholo Cougars.
Well, that's 2 plays back-to-back that have put a lot of pressure on Cantrell. Perhaps the coaching staff for the Cougars have found something to get in the backfield and make Cantrell move. Now, we know he is dangerous with his feet, but that's not exactly the way they want to do things.
Well, they're going to set up for a field goal here.
Yeah.
Sam Crockett,
That's a 40-yarder.
the junior kicker, sets up at the 31. 41-yard attempt. He's got plenty of leg.
Oh, did he get
And it is wide to the left. Oh, man. Well, you see why they tried it. He had plenty of distance,
Yeah.
just missed it wide to the left that time, and that will end the Snowflake drive. No score with 5:27 remaining here in the first. This is Sholo Ford's presentation of high school football on iTalk 106.7 and iTalk1067.com.
Who sells the #1 truck in America? Sholo Ford. That's right. Not only do they sell it, Sholo Ford is the best place to buy it. Why? Guy Hatch guarantees it. In fact, he guarantees you'll get the best deal on your next Ford car, van, or SUV as well. It doesn't matter what you buy. Sholo Ford has the best deal. Sholo Ford on the east end of the Deuce and at sholoford.com.
Well, so Yeager takes the carry. As after that field goal, they had a quick transition, but we got a penalty marker thrown after his carry.
Yeah, it's some kind of illegal block.
Holding number 10,
holding.
Sholo.
Wait.
Well, they caught.
Oh.
Let's go downstairs and check in with our sideline reporter, Ron Everingham. Ron?
I was just closest to the Cougar sideline here, and number 10 just had him pinned down on the ground. He isn't happy about the call, but Sholo coaches don't seem too upset.
All right, thanks, Ron. And unfortunately for Sholo, it negates a really big run there.
They would have been unhappy if Yeager could have got back by Michael Brimhall, because he would have been off to the races.
Exactly. Two receivers to the left. Yeager rolling to his left, throws to his left, and it's going to be way over the head of his intended receiver, Tanner Lusk, the 5'9 senior, who was in the vicinity, but almost looked like Yeager was just trying to throw that one away, although I don't know why.
Yeah, it's just tough for asking a somewhat inexperienced quarterback to roll left and try to throw that out pattern. The out patterns are one of the most difficult to throw.
On the run.
Yeah, on the run, so he'll have to learn how to get that one down.
Two receivers here to the near sideline for the Cougars, Isaiah Holcomb and Taran Lester. With Yeager in the gun, he will hand it off, this time to Bryson Ryan. Bryson Ryan lost the football, but he was down after he picks up about 5 yards out to the 21-yard line.
And just tripping him up right there was Rev Brimhall, second leading tackler for the Lobos.
They'll give him 6 yards actually on the carry.
We should mention Chase Irving, I believe, is in there for the injured Green on the inside linebacker position, and we'll see how he does tonight.
So Yeager takes the shotgun snap, rolls to his left again. This time the completion's made to Kishba. Kishba up the near sideline, close to a first down, knocked out of bounds near the 30. It'll be about a yard shy, I believe.
Tell you what, you got to like the way this kid runs, though. He's not the biggest kid, only a sophomore, 5'8", 145, but he runs hard and he gets north in a hurry. The Lobos that time going into cover 3 to try to keep everything in front of him and protect that first down, and they did so, but now they got to hold tight on 4th and 1.
4:09 left to play first quarter, still no score. Trip set, no, excuse me, they sent out.
Are they going to punt?
They send out their heavies and bring in the punt and cover team. Yeager back to punt, stands at his 16. Gets off an end-over-end punt. Nice distance on it, angled away from the return man for the Snowflake Lobos, and goes out of bounds near the 35. They'll mark it at the 37 of the Lobos. Special teams have been pretty good so far tonight.
I have been actually pretty impressed. A nice little running punt there by Yeager. And I tell you what that does, that sets up a possible fake, especially when your quarterback is doing the punting duties.
Let's go downstairs and check in with Ron Everingham. Ron?
Yeah, last week with quarterback Cantrell from Snowflake, if you remember against Blue Ridge, he came out early and had a lot of adrenaline and was overthrowing everybody. And I think Coach saw something in him tonight, and the same thing, so we'll see if he calms down and has the game that he did against Blue Ridge.
All right, thanks, Ron. And with 4:02 left to play here in this first quarter, no score. Snowflake with the football. Cantrell takes the snap, hands it off straight ahead. Yardage by Brimhall. Brimhall out across the 40-yard line out to the 45. He'll be spotted at the 46.
Boy, Bryson Ryan for the Cougars had a chance at him in the backfield, but could not come up with it as Brimhall running hard through that tackle.
And another carry, this time nice defense by the Cougars.
Was there a fumble?
Sholo's got the football. That was a fumble.
And Bryson Ryan was the first one there this time as well, and he made up for the miss the last one that caused the fumble.
See Cantrell coming off the field saying, I don't know what happened, Coach.
No, Brimhall had it, and he was in the line. I don't know if he got stood up, but a big play for the Cougars. Boy, Cougars have got to like where they're at so far here in this first quarter.
They played well, despite being heavy underdogs in this contest. Sholo will send Taran Lester here to the near sideline, wide, and there's Yeager in the gun, hands it off straight ahead. First down yardage out across the 40. it'll depend upon the spot as he gets a little bit deeper into Snowflake territory. They'll mark him down they'll mark him down at the 39-yard line.
Well, I don't know exactly what's going on if we had a number switch or something, but number 1 on our roster is Bryson Ryan, but their leading rusher is Quentin Maxwell, but I don't see him in the game yet.
Yeah, we'll have to see if Ron can sort that out for us, but there's a fake on the handoff and a keeper around the left side. Yeager lowers his shoulder and fights his way forward after he drags a tackler with him across the 30-yard line. He'll be knocked down at about the 27.
And that was Caleb Lyman who came up to make the tackle, but Yeager took him on and put him to the ground.
Great replay there by our crew. What an excellent job. And you got to credit Caleb Lyman that time for just hanging on.
Yeah, he did.
But Yeager, wow, what about 6'1", 150? This kid?
Yeah, he's a good-looking kid.
Pretty strong.
And he hasn't really ran it a
Mountain
whole
Mobile
lot.
Auto Glass first down. And Yeager hands it off again this time to Bryson. Well, to Bryson Ryan, who is listed as Bryson Ryan, number 1. We'll have Ron Everingham check that out and make sure that that's not Maxwell.
Yeah, Quentin Maxwell is our leading rusher, but I'll tell you what. Also got to credit Trenton Beeler. Excuse me, not Trenton Beeler. Caleb Lyman. He's had to make a lot of tackles, but he's in the secondary. That's not who you want leading tackling on the night so far.
And here's a handoff.
Nothing doing.
And Snowflake this time going to stand strong after the Cougars picked up a couple of Mountain Mobile Auto Glass first downs. Finally, a big hit at the line of scrimmage. That time, David Ruiz, the senior defensive lineman.
And coming into the game for the Lobos is number 75, Tony Munoz, who played at Sholo last year. So sophomore transfer getting his first action of the season.
Talon Lester and Isaiah Holcomb wide to the right. Yeager in the gun, single back to his right. Rolling to his right, throws to his right. It is caught, and it is, they call him inbounds? They do. It is good for a Mountain Mobile Auto Glass first down at the 10-yard line.
Isaiah Holcomb doing a great job of running that route where he needed to. And there we see the presence of Taran Green being missed as Chase Irving, the backup, just too much cushion there. And credit Yeager for finding him on that comeback route for the first down.
Cougars threatening to score here with a fresh set of downs inside the 10-yard line. At the 7, handed off right side. And Kishbaugh with a couple maybe to the 5. Tough for us to see from our vantage point. There we see the pile, and Kishbaugh going to be marked short of the 5 there near the 6-yard line from that camera angle anyway.
So yeah, interesting. We have not seen Quentin Maxwell so far.
Yeager takes the snap on 2nd and goal from the 6. Hands it off to Bryson Ryan. And
Bryson again with the carry. Payson Carden on the tackle for the Lobos, but another big play here, 3rd and 3. Although my guess is we're in 4-down territory, even though it's only the first quarter. All right, that just ended the first quarter.
Snowflake fans to their feet, and Sholo gonna let the time expire in the quarter. That's the end of the first quarter. We'll take it down to the other side of the field. That'll be a better vantage point for us anyway. No score through 1 quarter. The Cougars threatening to score. This is Sholo Ford's presentation of high school football on iTalk 106.7 and worldwide.
You've been there, waiting forever at the gas station for the guy to free up so he can fill up your propane tank. Or worse, when the only qualified propane technician decided to stay home that day. Yep, you've been there and I have too. That's why now I get my propane from Ace Hardware every time. You get Ace Hardware's world-famous customer service when you stop in for propane. That's right, you get in, you get out, and you get a great deal on propane and everything else. From Ace Hardware, their locations in Pine Top and Heber. Ace Hardware is proud to support White Mountain Sports.
5 seconds, here comes your audio, guys.
Well, we welcome you back to Snowflake High School. where it's been a good game so far. Snowflake,
Back and
one
forth.
thing they've done for their fans is they've not disappointed in terms of entertainment this year.
Yeah, they tight ball game. I don't know if the Snowflake fans really appreciate 3 in a row, but they have been excited.
3rd and goal from the 3. Yeager stands at his 8-yard line in the gun. Single back to his left. Takes the snap. Gonna keep around the left side. Tripped at the 5. He gets away from the tackle, and he's in. Score it. Touchdown, Cougars.
Rev Brimhall had the opportunity at about the 5 or 4-yard line, and credit Yeager for being fleet of foot and getting around that into the end zone. A big push up front by the Cougars as well, and they strike first.
Yeager faked out our camera operator there as he had the wrong guy going through. And on to try the point after try for the Cougars is Tanner Lusk. And it is no good. So a 6-0 lead for the Cougars with 1:55 remaining in the second. This is Sholo Ford's presentation of high school football on iTalk 106.7 and worldwide on iTalk1067.com.
Orthodontist Dr. Joshua Beeler has been providing family-friendly orthodontics in Sholo and the entire White Mountains since 2006. If you need braces, stop in and see the friendly folks at Beeler Orthodontics and meet their professional staff. Dr. Beeler and his team have the latest in orthodontics technology, and they work with each patient individually to custom tailor the most effective treatment plan for the best results. Beeler Orthodontics is a proud sponsor of high school sports. Beeler Orthodontics, live to smile, love your smile.
Well, a missed point after try, Mike. We'll see if that comes back to haunt the Sholo Cougars. They lead at 6-0 in the opening paragraph of the second quarter.
Well, this again is not unfamiliar territory for the Snowflake Lobos. They got down early last week to the Blue Ridge Yellow Jackets, but were able to keep their heads in it and stay with it. And but they just got punched in the mouth a little bit by the Sholo Cougars. We'll see how they respond.
Time for our Northland Pioneer College kickoff, brought to you by Northland Pioneer College. Next time you're looking for the college with the lowest tuition in the state of Arizona, check out Northland Pioneer College. Short kick, and tiptoeing down the near sideline is the return man for the for Snowflake, I should say, Noah Baum. He's going to be knocked out of bounds, but not before he picks up excellent yardage for Snowflake. They will start this drive at their 40-yard line.
Yeah, caught that ball with confidence and caught it on the run. That's actually kind of dangerous play, but a lot of confidence there by Baum, and got good yards as he took it to the outside. So we'll see if, as Ron mentioned, if Cantrell can settle down and lead his team down to the other side of the field.
Baum and Stewart going to set up wide to the right. Now the officials
got the wrong ball.
They not sure what's going on. They're standing over the ball here and have sent Snowflake back to their huddle. They said, no, you guys have the wrong play. Go back to the huddle and get the right one.
We don't like that one.
So again, Baum and Stewart wide right. Two backs flanking. Cantrell in the back field. He hands it off. And about a yard on the carry as he gives it to number 7.
Yeah, Camden Brimhall.
Camden Brimhall didn't make the.
He didn't make your roster?
Didn't make the roster for.
He's on the practice squad.
Yeah.
Tell you what, Cooper Irving and Bryson Ryan are really doing a great job defensively as well for the Cougars.
Second down and about 9. Cantrell going to keep right side, hitting the backfield, trying to get out of a tackle. He was hit a yard deep in the backfield, and he fights his way forward back to the original line of scrimmage.
Irving was there first again, and then here comes Maxwell, and then Nathan Jones finished him off. But, boy, Cooper Irving doing a great job.
Tell you what, Sholo defense has played pretty well so far in this first half against one of the more potent offenses in 3A East football. Cantrell with a single back. Double wides to either side, in tight on the line, and Cantrell going to keep. Right side has some room.
Fumbled it, though. He fumbled
Lost the football at the 45-yard line, and it looks like Snowflake maybe recovered. I think on the hit there. Ooh,
big
that's
hit.
A collision right there.
I think it was Kishbaugh. No.
That looked like Trenton Beeler. Knocking a face mask into the back of the nose of.
And I was about to say, Camden, Cantrell is probably more dangerous when it's a design pass play and he runs. Whether we've seen 2 design run plays for him that didn't really go anywhere. But that time, boy, it looked like he had some good yardage. Went after the defender. Credit Cantrell for lowering his shoulder, but Beeler up for the task. And I don't know who recovered the ball for Snowflake, but that would have been a disaster if they would have lost another turnover.
Trenton Beeler been one of those key players. And we're going to delay a game on Snowflake. This has not been a good start to this one for Snowflake. They've had a couple of these this year. They went down to Thatcher and struggled in the first half. And we see them struggling here. I felt like they had kind of worked their way out of that against Blue Ridge last week, but boy, they're struggling a little bit here tonight. Here's the punt. And a nice spiral, going to drive the return man back, and he will let it bounce at the 30. 25 takes the Snowflake bounce inside the 20, picked up at the 16. How about that?
Sam Crockett doing a nice job punting tonight. Doesn't get much other time on the field, but does a great job with the kicking duty so far. Had that 41-yard field goal with leg to spare, but just missed it wide right. But I'm sure this is not the way that Coach Solomon had this one drawn up for his Lobos tonight. And we talked about the importance of this one. Boy, this could be huge if the Cougars can hold on for this one.
Couple receivers wide to the left. Yeager in the gun. There's the snap and handed off straight ahead, and not a lot of room. Nice Camden Brimhall in there on the stop.
Yeah, Ryan again on the carry. So for whatever reason, Quentin Maxwell has been relegated to the bench offensively for at least this first half, and we'll see if he gets anything in the second half. I think he might have just come into the game, but he's going to be lined up as a slot receiver. So, ball's down. Oh, how does Yeager get out of that?
Yeager with a nice throw to the near sideline, but it's incomplete, and that was an open receiver that probably should have made the catch.
Yeah, Lusk, Tanner Lusk coming back to help out his quarterback as Yeager dropped the ball, but just couldn't hold on. Yeager put a lot of heat on it, and Lusk not able to haul it in. Would have been well short of a first down, but would have made a third and manageable. Now Lobos have an opportunity perhaps to pin their ears back and come after Yeager.
Well, you mentioned in the first half how tough it is to make that rollout to your left pass. Yeager's done it 2 more times and done it to perfection. He rolls again to his left. Same pass, throwing deep, this time overthrows his receiver. Spoke too soon.
Yeah, I had 2 receivers in the area, but that one not near either one, and the Lobos had it pretty well covered. They came after Yeager, but coaching staff for Sholo does a good job of anticipating that, and they're rolling Yeager out to give him some added protection. Giving him a little time to run away from those big defenders. So credit the call, just could not complete it. And now, one thing Lobos did do with the good punt by Crockett is they've now flipped the field and should have good field position coming back.
Punting now for Sholo is Yeager. He stands inside his 5 at his 4-yard line, and he just kicks it out of bounds. And that was probably not quite as steep an angle or probably more steep of an angle than what he wanted.
As he take geometry class.
As he kicks that one out of bounds at about the 33-yard line.
Boy, that mark this moment down, Camden, because Sholo really has had all the momentum, but now you've just given the Lobos a very short field. You had a chance to keep that momentum, perhaps going into halftime, but now if they allow Snowflake to score here to close out this second quarter, that could really be a problem for the Cougars.
Well, they'll send Baum and Stewart wide to the right. Cantrell with Brimhall and McKinley in the backfield. They hand to McKinley. McKinley fighting his way forward out to the 25, to the 20, and Looks like the ball's loose again.
Yeah, he did.
Sholo has it. Picking it up that time was Isaiah Holcomb.
I tell you what, you could see
There it is.
McKinley had the ball out to his side in one hand as he encountered that traffic. You got to put two hands on that ball. We know McKinley coming in with his shoulder banged up, and that could have been part of the problem. That's his first carry of the night, his first action of the night.
Holcomb just hung on to the ball and pulled it out of his hands.
Holcomb's had a big night so far tonight.
Mark that one down.
Yeah, no, that just that just erased my mark down.
I'll tell you what, this has been a lot sloppier than what we anticipated here tonight. Of course, it's a rivalry game, a lot of emotions, but I think both teams have a lot to talk about at halftime. With 8.5 left to play here in the second, they hand it off right side this time, and that's Bryson Ryan. Ryan going to get out across the 20-yard line to about the 22.
Chase Irvin in there on the tackle. They've moved him to the outside. No, he is playing back on the inside. Again, playing for the injured Taran Green. Is starting to kind of feel his way around the field a little bit better.
We're going to send Tanner Lusk wide to the left side of the formation. Yeager in the gun, whistles, and before the snap.
Oh, offsides.
Prior to snap, encroachment, Snowflake.
So Sholo going to get an easy 5 here.
As you mentioned, Camden, sloppiness.
This just Snowflake didn't play like this last week. This is a special gift to Sholo this week by the Lobos here in this first half. Yeager on 2nd and 4, hands the ball straight ahead to Kishbaugh, and Kishbaugh doesn't have much to go with.
I'll tell you what, Yeager's done a really good job because he hasn't had the most consistent snaps. They've been high, they've been low, they've been on the ground, and Yeager has handled them all, really. But what they need right now is for him to perhaps make a throw, and he hasn't been very consistent with that. We'll see if he can laser one in there this time.
3rd down and 4 from the 27. Shotgun snap, rolls to his left, looking downfield, now steps up, in trouble, going to be knocked down at the 25. Sacked for a loss by number 5, Payson Corden.
Well, and credit the outside linebacker for the Lobos forcing Yeager back to the middle into the waiting arms of Payson Corden right there, and that's one of the big plays the Lobos needed after so many mistakes, so many mental mistakes. They needed a big play from their defense, and they just got it.
Payson, a senior defensive end, and gets the job done. High snap, Yeager gonna barely get that one off under heavy pressure. End over end, takes a nice Cougar bounce after bouncing at the 45. Rolls about 10 yards to the Sholo 45-yard line to be picked up at the 44. And that's where the Lobo 44 is where the Lobos will take over after the punt. Special teams has been pretty critical in this one tonight.
Well, I mean, there's not a ton of time left in this second quarter, Camden. We know Snowflake can go with a big strike, but they gotta put an offensive series together.
Cantrell takes the snap, hands it off to McKinley. McKinley trying to bounce his way back inside, and McKinley hit it about the 45-yard line, knocked down at the 44.
Well, Coach Solomon knows it's a long season, and he's going to need Mason McKinley, his senior running back, and even though he fumbled, he gives the ball right back to him. Because I'm sure Mason learned something after that last time.
2nd down and 9. Fake to McKinley, throw near sideline. It is caught, and stiff arming a tackler out across the 40-yard line to the 38 is Baum. What a great catch and a great run after the catch.
Well, and again, we've seen Cantrell be a lot more accurate when he sits in the pocket. When he's been mobile, he's been erratic, but when he's got time, he's been delivering some pretty good strikes. And credit Baum for a lot of good yardage after the catch.
Cantrell with a Mountain Mobile Auto Glass first down, a fresh set of downs, gives to Brimhall. Brimhall straight up the middle, had a nice little opening, cuts his way to the 29-yard line, close to another first down.
Irving on the tackle for the Show Low Cougars, and a good thing he did. Isaiah Holcomb on the tackle, wrong number 11, but Brimhall was one spin away from perhaps busting that one. So good sure tackling by Holcomb.
2nd and 1 at the 23.
Now this is perhaps an opportunity for Cantrell to take a shot in the end zone. 2nd and short, you got an extra down. Watch for them to go to the end zone.
Here's a handoff, and the ball's loose again. Fortunately, though, for Snowflake, Baum able to come up with it. Was that McKinley? And McKinley again lost the handle on it. And I don't know if Sholo saw something on film or what, but man, they have been tearing at the ball, and the ball's been on the ground almost as much as it's been in the air.
Tell you what, Noah Baum is quietly making a case for the player of the game for the Lobos tonight. He's are we in emergency situation yet for Taran Green? But the good thing for the Lobos, they're only down 6.
Yeah, and they're threatening to score here with a Mountain Mobile Auto Glass first down after Baum recovered that football in first down territory.
Snap, false start, Snowflake.
But Snowflake still misfiring here.
Camden Brimhall started upfield a little early. That little problem in the cadence there between Cantrell and Brimhall. Brimhall again, and guess who on the tackle? Cooper Irving for the Cougars. He's been a great job coming up and filling in A-gaps for the Cougars. He and Ryan are responsible for A and B, and they've done a great job tonight on those inside handoffs for the Cougars.
2nd down and about 15. The scoreboard reads 2nd and 3, but that's not the case. It's about 2nd and 14 probably.
That one might be cut off by the light bulb. It does have 13.
And looking to escape his Cantrell. He gets away from the tackle. A missed opportunity for their 4th sack of the night. But Cantrell making some positive yardage. And the Lobos calling timeout as the ball out to the 20-yard line. Looks like about the 20. Well, tough to see from here. We'll wait for the spot.
A.J. Henderson coming up and making a big play along with Bryson Ryan for the Cougars, because I was sure Cantrell was going to make something happen. He had a lot of space, but Ryan closed it up in a hurry.
Well, Snowflake, the good news for Snowflake is that they can get out of this rut of shooting themselves in the foot. They can have a ball game in the second half.
They take 2 steps forward and 1 step back, but a huge 3rd down. I don't know. I'm guessing 4-down territory right here with the clock winding down at 3:12. If I'm Snowflake, if I don't get it here on 3rd down, I'm going for it on 4th, even though it's 3rd and 13. Maybe what Snowflake might want to try here is do something underneath and maybe just pick up half the yardage, pick up 7 or 8, and give yourself a manageable 4th down.
Well, this is in range for Sam Crockett, so it'll be interesting to see if they do make this 4-down territory or not. 3:12 remains here before halftime. 6-0 Sholo. Snowflake with a 3rd and 14. Cantrell, plenty of time. Looking, now going to step up and going to be knocked down after a gain of a couple to the 18-yard line.
Well, he took what he could get and got about 4 yards. But right there, Henderson again forced him back to the inside. I couldn't see. Oh, there it is. Trenton Beeler
all over him. Trenton Beeler is one of those guys that we've called a lot already, making some big hits. And that time a sure tackle to keep Cantrell from picking up more than about 4 yards on the carry.
They're going for the field goal.
And Crockett on to try, and it is going to ball will be at the 25, so it's going to be about a 35-yard
They're going to burn
field
a
goal.
timeout.
And I'm not sure that they had personnel looking over at the coach.
Timeout, Snowflake.
Looking at the coaching staff on the near sideline, their heads are kind of hung down and shaking their heads back and forth like, what are we doing?
Yeah, this has not looked pretty for the Snowflake Lobos. Obviously some, homecoming week distractions. You escaped a big win last week, and there's always the opportunity for a letdown emotionally. After you have that, you're like, oh, we made it, we escaped. Sholo comes in here with nothing to lose. They're the underdogs. They've only won one game. They've gotten beat pretty handily by Round Valley last week, and so they're pretty fired up to come in here and prove that was a fluke. Although Coach Solomon believes that was a fluke also. He knew this Sholo Cougar team was for real.
Well, not only that, but you mentioned that Sholo last week got beat up pretty good by Round Valley 37-7. I imagine practice wasn't an easy one for them this week.
That's right.
So Crockett on to try the field goal. It'll be from near the right hash at the 25-yard line. And it'll be a 35-yarder, lot of leg, and it's good. He's true from 35, and the Lobos finally on the board here tonight. They trail 6-3, 2:17 remaining first half. This is Sholo Ford's presentation of high school football on iTalk 106.7 and worldwide on iTalk1067.com.
When you think glass, think Deemer's Glass in Lakeside. Deemer's Glass offers the best selection of quality glass with affordable prices. They do full home window packages, replacement windows, custom shower doors and enclosures, custom mirrors in many shapes, styles, and colors, glass doors and hardware, commercial glass for buildings and offices, skylights, screens, fire-rated glass for your fireplace or stove, window film, and more. Visit Deemer's Glass today on Porter Mountain Road in Lakeside or call 1-888-GLASSMAN.
Well, there's the man that's put the only points on the board tonight for the Lobos, Sam Crockett. A 35-yard field goal puts 3 up for the Lobos with 2:17 left to play here in the second quarter.
I'm calling for the onside.
Snowflake lining up at their 40, and we'll see, Mike. It doesn't look like Crockett's approaching it like an onside. He's got plenty of juice. That's going to go through the end zone. I think Crockett's got a little juice after that 35-yarder.
That had a little fire on it.
I'd like to see, I don't know if we can get a shot at Crockett coming off the sideline there. He gets one congratulations. I'm not sure.
MVP, right?
Yeah, I'm not sure that the Snowflake Lobos realize what Crockett's doing for them right now. I mean, the reality is that he is keeping them in this game.
Great punts, switched the field for the Lobos. That actually allowed them to get into field goal range right there. Had the 41-yarder, just missed it a hair wide right. So he has been doing the job.
Yeager with the shotgun snap, looking to his left, and he drops the ball. I think he got it back, but a nice job that time from Corden coming off the edge. Payson Corden got a hand on it and knocked it loose.
Payson Corden, the 195-pound senior.
Sholo.
That's interesting.
Well, Sholo taking a timeout with 1:57. This is Sholo Ford's presentation of high school football on iTalk 106.7 and iTalk1067.com.
I got this. Don't take time out of your busy day. Let Mountain Mobile Auto Glass come to you. All our technicians are certified by the National Auto Glass Safety Council. Mountain Mobile Auto Glass will give you $50 cash, free movie passes, and free dinner.
536-5972. Mountain Mobile Auto Glass, cash back to you.
That was my bad.
Well, we welcome you back to Snowflake High School. It's been a good game in terms of excitement. A sloppily played game, probably.
I mean, we've probably had five fumbles already, or four fumbles already.
We haven't seen this. I mean, even at the beginning of the year, we didn't see this kind of play.
Interesting that Sholo took a timeout there. Oh, the Statue of Liberty goes nowhere.
Oh, look at that. Snowflake doing a great job. And Ruiz going to be credited with the stop here. blew past this man, and there was
timeout.
Now Snowflake's probably going to take a timeout.
Yeah, that's exactly what they want to do. Pin and Sholo back, a little bit of gamesmanship.
That's why I was very surprised Sholo took a timeout. You're deep in your own territory. You have a lead. You got to take a time. You don't take any timeouts. Let the clock run. Force Snowflake to take their last timeout, and then you can kind of do what you want after that. But boy, you can't give Snowflake a timeout right there. They only had one left.
Well, not a lot for Snowflake to cheer about here in this one so far. They're not used to their team getting beat like this. Although I say that, they were down 2 touchdowns to Thatcher, down to Blue Ridge last week, down in their first game. So they're going to come from behind team, and
that's a dangerous way to live, though.
Yeah. If you're a Snowflake coach, you're not real excited about how they're going about this. One of the things I really like about Snowflake this year is they brought in a bunch of seating.
Yeah.
You see it, they put seating in the end zone, so now all around it's almost has that stadium feel. Yeager from the gun on 3rd down and a zip code.
There you go. Smart.
Quick kick.
Ooh, not smart.
And it does not get a very good bounce. It'll take a Snowflake bounce after bouncing at the 38. And it'll be picked up there by Maxwell, I believe, at the 20 at the
Holcomb was
37.
Down there.
Rather Holcomb.
That's interesting. I don't understand the play call. Run the ball, then you get another 30 seconds to come off the clock. I understand that you're trying to catch Snowflake off guard there, but I don't think Yeager's his best job is punting right now. He has not done a very good job.
Well, they've done it before, so we'll see if Snowflake can execute here. 1st down and 10 for them in Sholo territory. And Cantrell had a man open, but a pass that goes incomplete on the near sideline. That pass was in
Caleb Lyman.
Lyman couldn't hang on to it. He tried to catch it as he was going to the turf.
One of the hardest things for high school quarterbacks to do is to make the ball come out flat. Right there, Cantrell, he threw it really good. Everything was good, but he got the nose down a little bit, and it dove on him a little bit. And so Lyman had to go way low to try to get that, and just couldn't come up with it.
Cantrell drops back on 2nd down and 10. Throws it across the middle. It is caught. And good for a 1st down at about the 20-yard line for Rice and Stewart. The Mountain Mobile Auto Glass 1st down.
Now the only problem is the clock stops for the chains. That's the good thing about high school football. So they did pick up the 1st down, so they can keep going to the middle of the field here. They don't have to go to the outside. They got an injured player though right now. Looks like Noah Baum. He's going to have to stay in, though, because they wanted to snap the ball.
Cantrell drops back, throws to his right. It is caught.
Now, oh, nope, they're going to say incomplete.
It's a good throw here. Not sure if we're going to see it on this replay.
I think Irving was there to help.
Guess who else? Trenton Beeler.
Yeah, Trenton Beeler right there as well.
Trenton Beeler defensively in this 1st half has been all over the field.
So the good news for the Lobos, though, it stops the clock.
2nd and 10 for the Lobos.
Still plenty of time, though, 1:16.
Cantrell sweeps right on 2nd and 10. Steps up, fires, caught. In traffic.
Is it a 1st down, though?
At the 8-yard line, call it the 9-yard line. It'll be short by a yard.
So they do stop the clock. I'll tell you what, looked like a design play all the way. Cantrell rolls right, kind of goes to Patrick Mahomes, rolls right with the whole intent of throwing back across his body and finding his receiver in the middle of the field. Get everybody rolling right and then come back to the left.
Clock running, under a minute to play here before half. Cantrell with a Mountain Mobile Auto Glass 1st down, throws on a quick slant, and it's incomplete. intended for Josh Solomon, and Solomon could not hang on to it.
Tell you what, it's fun watching the battle up front between Ryan King and A.J. Henderson of the Cougars. They're out there battling as Henderson's trying to get pressure on Cantrell.
Shotgun snap again to Cantrell. Looking to his left this time. Going to be flushed. He's going to go down. I believe
Henderson finally got there. Why'd they stop the clock? Flag on the play. Oh, what a benefit for the Lobos.
Cantrell.
Got a block in the back, 55 blue. Maybe a 10-yard penalty, repeat 3.
Well, that was A.J. Henderson that had a target on Cantrell's back, and Cantrell wisely gets down.
Popovich guilty of the penalty there, though, and might have been trying to block Henderson to no avail, though.
Been par for the course so far for Snowflake.
So 2 plays for Snowflake.
So now instead of inside the 10, they are all the way back to the 20-yard line. 2nd down and goal from the 20. Cantrell with 38 seconds left in the half.
Into the corner.
Steps up, flushed right, in trouble, hammered. Nice shot on another sack, and that's Cooper Irvin.
I tell you, and he came with a head of steam. As soon as he saw Cantrell break out of the pocket, he made a beeline, did a great job of keeping the angle right. Didn't overcommit, and just had Cantrell dead to rights.
Man, that's in the running for our Deemers glass shattering hit of the game right there.
They're going to try to get a field goal off. They're not going to get it because Cantrell's taking too long.
2 seconds,
Oh, they got
1
it.
second.
They got it.
This is marked at the 34-yard line, and Crockett got it. He ties it. Oh, brother! A 44-yard field goal from the right hash.
And look at Coach Solomon not happy with Cantrell because Cantrell was taking his sweet time on that one.
And now we get a penalty marker thrown.
I think this is going to be on Sholo.
I think they may have thought the clock had expired.
I think he got it off. I believe he got it
Got
off.
unsportsmanlike on the Sholo head coach. We'll start the 2nd half of the 15-yard penalty.
And that'll end the first half, but Sam Crockett evens it up with a 44-yarder right here. And Snowflake coaching staff is
they're having a come-to-Jesus moment, I think, right now.
They've sent the media away because they want to figure out what they're going to say to their kids to get them fired up for the 2nd half. We will step away. Our halftime comments coming up next. This is Sholo Ford's presentation of high school football on iTalk 106.7 and worldwide on iTalk1067.com.
I chose Northland Pioneer College because their prices were affordable. I've learned everything about the hair, skin, and nails. I've gained confidence in what I'm doing, so I'll be successful when I get out in the salon. This is an industry where I'll always have a job, and a job where I can express my creativity and make my own hours. I have transformed my life by coming to NPC.
I chose NPC because it offers good quality education. Ultimately, I want to be a nurse anesthetist, and this is the start to that path. And instructors want you to succeed, which is really helpful. I've learned a lot so far in just 1 semester. It's incredibly crazy how much I've learned. Northland Pioneer College is transforming my life by helping me achieve my goals in my career.
Summit Healthcare Regional Medical Center is a proud supporter of high school sports. Many of our local sports players were born at the hospital, where Summit Obstetrics offers comfortable individual rooms for mom and baby. In case of a sports injury, the hospital ER is always staffed and prepared to take on the most serious injuries, and Summit features an advanced diagnostics department with state-of-the-art equipment. The Summit Healthcare orthopedic and therapy teams can help sports players overcome injuries and return to the game. Summit Healthcare Regional Medical Center wishes all players a successful and healthy season this year.
Who sells the #1 truck in America? Sholo Ford. That's right. Not only do they sell it, Sholo Ford is the best place to buy it. Why? Guy Hatch guarantees it. In fact, he guarantees you'll get the best deal on your next Ford car, van, or SUV as well. It doesn't matter what you buy. Sholo Ford has the best deal. Sholo Ford on the east end of the Deuce and at sholoford.com.
You've been there waiting forever at the gas station for the guy to free up so he can fill up your propane tank. Or worse, when the only qualified propane technician decided to stay home that day. Yep, you've been there and I have too. That's why now I get my propane from Ace Hardware every time. You get Ace Hardware's world-famous customer service when you stop in for propane. That's right, you get in, you get out, and you get a great deal on propane and everything else. From Ace Hardware at their locations in Pine Top and Heber. Ace Hardware is proud to support White Mountain Sports.
Orthodontist Dr. Joshua Beeler has been providing family-friendly orthodontics in Show Low and the entire White Mountains since 2006. If you need braces, stop in and see the friendly folks at Beeler Orthodontics and meet their professional staff. Dr. Beeler and his team have the latest in orthodontics technology, and they work with each patient individually to custom tailor the most effective treatment plan for the best results. Beeler Orthodontics is a proud sponsor of high school sports. Beeler Orthodontics, live to smile, love your smile.
And we now welcome back our video as well. If you're listening to this on iTalk 106.7 FM, you can watch tonight's contest at iTalk1067.com. That's ITALK 1067.com.
You know, some schools are enforcing social distancing and limiting fans. So, you know, watching on iTalk is a great thing. That is not the case at Snowflake High School.
Well, I'll tell you, they've done a pretty good job. They marked off each and every bench. They're not supposed to be sitting on every bench, but unfortunately for the administration, they're not following the rules.
No.
But and they brought in the extra stand so that they've got some overflow, but. I'll tell you, it's been tough on these kids not to have football, not to have volleyball, and you know these high school athletes that are missing their seasons and missing their opportunities. It's been a struggle for them. We are at halftime here at Snowflake High School. Sholo and Snowflake battling it out, the crosstown rivals, as we take a look at some of the replays in the first half and recap this for you. We take a look at the first quarter action here, and a lot of movement both ways, but neither team able to get off to much more than punts. Most of them ending in fact, all of them ending in punts with exception of the few turnovers we had in the first quarter until Sholo takes the ball late in the first quarter, and with 11:55, they cap off a fairly long drive with a 3-yard carry by Colton Yeager. The point after try is no good, so it's 6-0 with 11:55 left to play in the second quarter, favoring Sholo. Snowflake will score twice more, but their offense unable to get going, and Sam Crockett, the savior of the game so far for the Lobos, had a 35-yard field goal with 2:17 left to make it 6-3, and then hits a 44-yard field goal with time expiring and ties it up at 6 apiece. There's the field goal there, and the time that you're seeing on the clock right now is not the time. That's the time left in this halftime.
Yes.
But I wish we could. I wish we had. You'll have to go back and show rewind it on YouTube. Because you'll be able to see the time. Now keep in mind that our time is a little bit delayed. So what you see on our broadcast may be a little bit different than what is on the clock. Let's check in with Ron Everingham. I think he had a bird's eye view of it. Ron?
Well, I went back and watched it on the because you can DVR it if you're out there. And I saw 2 seconds left on the kick. So even if we are a little bit of a lag, I think that I could say that they got it off in time.
Yeah, and I was trying to watch both, and I saw it click to one, and the ball was already on its way to Cantrell, excuse me, for Crockett to kick it. So I'm pretty dang sure they got it off in time.
Well, we had a upset Sholo Cougar coaching staff at the end of that one. I saw Maxwell across the way coming out on the field. I'm not sure who got whistled for the personal, but
I think
had
it
an
was
unsportsmanlike called on the Sholo Cougar coaching staff. We're not sure, but we're assuming that they were upset because they thought time had expired.
Well, and Camden, I do want to just mention one thing here before we start talking about the second half. 5 fumbles in that first half. 3 by Snowflake, 2 by Sholo. Snowflake lost 2 of them, Sholo lost 1. Some good hard hits, yes, but really just poor ball security by both teams and all those ball carriers. I mean, anybody who knows anything about football knows that if you win the turnover battle, you probably win the game. Not always, but you can't lay the ball down that many times and expect to be able to put points. I mean, the fact that the Lobos have the luxury of Crockett, who can hit 40-plus yard field goals in high school football, that's a pretty nice thing to have. If they don't have him, they're shut out.
Under pressure and on the far hash.
Yeah, not even in the middle of the field. So.
I mean,
impressive.
That kid has played well here tonight, and that's the bright spot for the Lobos. He's going to be in the same chewing session with everybody else.
Yes, he is.
But quite frankly, he's the guy that's been keeping him in this.
And conversely for the Cougars, they're probably feeling pretty good. They're not really excited about that they let. I feel like Sholo had bad clock management to end that second quarter, and that's what allowed the Lobos a chance for that 44-yarder. But they still have to feel pretty good about where they've been. They've been able to move the ball at times. Their defense, though, has really played well. They have not allowed Contrell to get going with his feet very much. They've closed that down. A.J. Henderson's done a great job containing on the outside. And their linebackers, Irving and let me make sure I get that right. Yeah, Irving and Beeler and Holcomb have done a great job stopping ball carriers. No big plays for Snowflake, and that's very unheard of for the Lobos with their speed. So Sholo's got to feel pretty good, but they got to, I'm sure they have things to talk about.
Well, and Sholo hasn't had a lot of passing downfield, deep downfield, but these little short passes, they've been able to connect. Yeager's been pretty good on the run. They love to roll him here, especially to his left, and he's been relatively efficient at making those short passes against a Snowflake team who has shut down a lot of the passing teams in the league. Last week we saw him shut down Blue Ridge. They shut down ALA in week number 1. So 2 very prolific passing teams, and Snowflake defensively has been quick enough and skilled enough to shut down those passing games. We've seen him here tonight allowing Sholo at least to get off some of those underneath passes.
Well, and part of the reason for that is I think Snowflake came into this expecting a heavy dose of run, and they've gotten that, but I don't know that they really gave Yeager a whole lot of credit with the passing and nor the receivers for the Cougars. And so perhaps that'll be one of the major adjustments for the Lobos at half is we have to honor the passing game of the Cougars because it has hurt them, and because they've had plenty of opportunities to get those passes down the field.
Where we see in one of the sacks that we saw in the first half, that's another thing, defensively, Sholo has been getting to Cantrell. So a lot of that because of miscues in the backfield, but
and they seem to be playing a little faster. Snowflake has not looked very explosive in that first half.
Agreed. Well, we're going to step away, back with more of our halftime show when we return. This is Sholo Ford's presentation of high school football on iTalk 106.7 and worldwide on iTalk1067.com.
You've been there waiting forever at the gas station for the guy to free up so he can fill up your propane tank. Or worse, when the only qualified propane technician decided to stay home that day. Yep, you've been there and I have too. That's why now I get my propane from Ace Hardware every time. You get Ace Hardware's world-famous customer service when you stop in for propane. That's right, you get in, you get out, and you get a great deal on propane and everything else. From Ace Hardware at their locations in Pine Top and Heber. Ace Hardware is proud to support White Mountain Sports.
Orthodontist Dr. Joshua Beeler has been providing family-friendly orthodontics in Sholo and the entire White Mountains since 2006. If you need braces, stop in and see the friendly folks at Beeler Orthodontics and meet their professional staff. Dr. Beeler and his team have the latest in orthodontics technology, and they work with each patient individually to custom tailor the most effective treatment plan for the best results. Beeler Orthodontics is a proud sponsor of high school sports. Beeler Orthodontics, live to smile, love your smile.
When you think glass, think Deemer's Glass in Lakeside. Deemer's Glass offers the best selection of quality glass with affordable prices. They do full home window packages, replacement windows, custom shower doors and enclosures, custom mirrors in many shapes, styles, and colors, glass doors and hardware, commercial glass for buildings and offices, skylights, screens, fire-rated glass for your fireplace or stove, window film, and more. Visit Deemer's Glass today on Porter Mountain Road in Lakeside or call 1-888-GLASSMAN.
I got this. Don't take time out of your busy day. Let Mountain Mobile Auto Glass come to you. All our technicians are certified by the National Auto Glass Safety Council. Mountain Mobile Auto Glass will give you $50 cash, free movie passes, and free dinner.
536-5972. Mountain Mobile Auto Glass, cash back to you.
I chose Northland Pioneer College because their prices were affordable. I've learned everything about the hair, skin, and nails. I've gained confidence in what I'm doing, so I'll be successful when I get out in the salon. This is an industry where I'll always have a job, and a job where I can express my creativity and make my own hours. I have transformed my life by coming to NPC.
I chose NPC because it offers good quality education. Ultimately, I want to be a nurse anesthetist, and this is the start to that path. And instructors want you to succeed, which is really helpful. I've learned a lot so far in just one semester. It's incredibly crazy how much I've learned. Northland Pioneer College is transforming my life by helping me achieve my goals in my career.
Well, we welcome you back to Snowflake High School, and a great shot of Ron Abraham, our sideline reporter. Not sure. Are we going to Ron? Is that why we're on you, Ron?
I don't think he has an interview yet.
Yeah. Okay. So we're waiting.
But he will shortly, I'm sure.
Waiting for him to get an interview as we take a look. Some of the homecoming royalty coming across the track. I'm not sure if we can get a hold of them. Taran Green, homecoming king, and Cammie Weech, homecoming queen here at Snowflake High School tonight. Taran Green suffered a bruised knee last week as Snowflake coming back out on the field and done with what we can only imagine was probably not a pleasant conversation in the locker room. They are tied 6-6, so they are not fighting from behind here tonight, which is good. I think a lot of people look at Sholo's games that they play. They're 1-2. They got beat pretty bad by Round Valley. Round Valley's a tough team. Yeah. Sholo spanked Payson, which pretty much everybody has done, and so. Looking at comparative games, people thought that Sholo was probably not going to be much competition for Snowflake tonight. They've proven otherwise.
They really have, and so Sholo's got to try to capitalize on that momentum because they get the ball in the second half. Now, they have a 15-yard penalty, so they're going to have an uphill battle, but they do get the ball, and they got to come out and make something happen, have that balanced attack that they've shown so far here tonight with both the run and the pass. You know, and I'm sure Snowflake, there's a couple of easy fixes. One, you got to stop putting the ball on the ground. Number two, you got to stop with the untimely penalties.
Well, we've noticed that for Sholo tonight, it's been them just kind of clawing their way and fighting for every inch that they've had. Snowflake has been the exact opposite. They seem like they've been more concentrating on just trying to play a little bit of exceptional football. I mean, they've had so many opportunities where they've had short fields and they just haven't executed.
Right. And, you know, sometimes you have to be able to flip that switch. You have to. You've had a bad first half if you're Snowflake. You got to put that behind you and try to rely on all those hours of practice.
Let's go down to Ron Everingham. He's got one of the coaches lined up for us. Ron, go ahead.
Coach Solomon, the good news is you don't trail like you have in a few of the games this year. The bad news is 3 fumbles and some problems, but What are you thinking? What do you tell the boys at half?
You know, trail or no trail, it doesn't matter. That was a horrible half of football. I think that's more on us as coaches. I think we got some things straightened around and make sure the kids were ready and a little bit more clear on some things that we wanted to come in and do this week. And you know, the one thing that we did know was that Sholo was going to come in here and play a good football game, and we've done some really good things here. And you know, got to give a shout out to Sam Crockett. Awesome, especially that clutch field goal right as the clock is running down right there. That's awesome. You know, him and our special teams, but a lot of things to fix, a lot of things to, you know, we're looking for a whole different team this second half.
Well, the fans are going to ask. We saw Taran Green with a cape on. He's a homecoming king. People want to know if we're going to see him with a cape on the field, possibly. What do you think?
We hope to not need to do that. He's pretty dinged up from that game up in Lakeside last week. So, but he's available to us if we feel like we have to have him. But you know, we feel like we've done a lot of good things, but those 3 fumbles are killers for us.
All right, good luck, Coach. Second half. Back up to you guys.
All right, thanks, Ron. And you know, I think they should have put Sam Crockett in a different room at halftime and fed him like cake and ice cream, and then, you know, 2 different halftime conversations. But
well, Coach Allman doing a good job of recognizing who's carried the load so far in the first half.
Well, it's been exciting, been entertaining at least. For us, we like these close games, and Snowflake has been one of those teams that's been willing to provide that for us week in and week out. We've covered them for 3 straight weeks now, and part of the reason is because they provide entertaining games. And I know the coaching staff, and I'm sure the fans, parents probably really not happy with how close it is right now. But
you don't get the feel. There's not a lot of worry, though. You don't feel the tension or anything. They feel like, okay, we held it together. Now maybe if we can play in the second half, we can make some things happen.
See Noah Baum getting some attention there, getting a little bit of extra stretching in.
I think Crockett's going to go for his 3rd field goal right here.
Yeah, Crockett, I'll tell you. He's going to get, because of the penalty, instead of kicking from the Snowflake 40, they're kicking from the Sholo 45. So in essence, this is a 55-yard field goal if he can put it through. We'll see what he's got. He ought to be pretty juiced.
He gets a running start at it, though.
Yeah.
Let's see
and
it.
A deep ball. He's got enough leg. Oh, almost.
Just short.
Oh, man, I'll tell you.
You know he was trying, though.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if we can get a shot of Sam Crockett again coming off here, but I'll tell you, he's had quite a night so far for Snowflake. And I think back to your point, you were talking about how they don't seem to be panicked yet. I think part of that is because they've been in this situation. They've played poorly in games before, and they've been able to get the team back up, especially in the second half.
But it is hard for high school guys to flip that switch. You know, you've played bad. Can you turn it around? We'll see here on this opening drive. Can they stop the Sholo Cougar offense?
All right, we got Yeager in the gun. Yeager looking, and we get a procedure call.
Somebody forgot to snap the ball.
False start on Sholo. 5 yards back.
So, yeah, we had the right guard firing out on the cadence.
I think the receivers took off everything, and the snap was just a little late.
Well, we had some difficulty with the snapping.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if we have a new center in there or not. We'll have to check that out. Yeager to throw, and a great catch. Oh, what a catch. Pulling that one down was Isaiah Holcomb, the senior 5'11", 155-pounder, and he climbs a ladder and pulls it down between defenders.
Boy, great coverage even out there by Lyman, but better concentration by Holcomb because he caught that ball on the way down. It was tipped. And credit again, that rollout to the left by Yeager. He's putting it where it needs to be.
So a Mountain Mobile Auto Glass first down out to the 30-yard line.
There's that low snap.
And we get handoff on a counter back to the left side by Ryan Kitchbaugh, and there's not much there for him. He gets maybe 2. So to bring up 2nd down and 8.
And interesting, we still have not seen Quentin Maxwell, the leading rusher on the season for the Cougars. He has not carried the ball. We've seen him in there on defense, and he's come out and he's been a receiver, but he has not carried the ball so far. It's been all Ryan and Kitchbaugh for the Cougars.
2nd and 8 from the 32. Ball at the Sholo 32-yard line. Jaeger, play action. He's going to be sacked. Well, I think maybe the defense is fired up.
Guess who? The transfer, Tony Munoz, getting a little payback from his former team.
What are your stats on Munoz? What do you have? How big is he?
He is a sophomore, 6'5", 280 pounds.
Kid's got the real deal there.
He's a tough one to block. His first game of the season, first snaps of the season, but he's going to stay in there.
3rd down and 13 now. Jaeger drop back, throw across the middle, and almost
intercepted.
picked off.
I think it's intercepted.
Did he catch it? Yes, he did. It is
right.
Rice and Stewart got the interception. Look at this again. Oh, man, that was...
If they have instant replay,
that was,
they don't, though.
His hands are under it.
It's a pretty good job. We're getting a good look at it on YouTube, but... Whew. But I tell you what, credit the pressure by Munoz. He was being double-teamed and drove both offensive linemen back into the backfield.
That's the 3rd interception this season by Jaeger. They hand it off to McKinley. McKinley fighting his way across the 40 out to the 38-yard line, 37-yard line.
I don't know if it's just me, but Sholo looked like piranhas there. Like, oh, McKinley's got the ball.
Yeah.
We can get a fumble out of him. But McKinley holds on to the ball this time.
Yeah, I think McKinley's going to be pretty cautious about holding on to the football at this point. 2nd down and long 4, I want to call it 5.
He's only had 3 carries tonight. That was his 4th, and he's fumbled.
Yeah, tough night for that young man. On 2nd and 4, pitch it right side to McKinley. McKinley slips a tackle, slips another one, has a first down to the 30-yard line. Looking for some redemption here as he gets a Mountain Mobile Auto Glass first down out to the Cougar 29.
Nick White, Nick White kind of had him in the backfield, but McKinley put on some jets, and White actually does make the tackle, but not until McKinley had already gotten the first down. But boy, credit the young man coming out with a little fire here in this second half.
Well, I think you expressed it correctly. He turned on the jets. It's interesting to watch a player with that type of athleticism just explode after making a cut. There's another one that's been explosive, and a ball loose.
Still loose. I think Snowflake got it. Oh, wow. Brimhall just takes a hit. Oh,
there it is.
Yeah, Irving.
Camden Brimhall had it knocked out. Ball on the ground, a scrum ensues, and Snowflake fortunately able to come back and get it.
Stetson Walters is the man who knocked that one loose for the Cougars, but they were not able to fall on it. That's the 4th fumble for the Lobos.
Fake the handoff, throw right side, and it's caught by Baum. First down, spun down around the 20-yard line. A Mountain Mobile Auto Glass first down.
Talon Lester with a sure tackle on that, but not before. Baum has good yardage. Baum runs really good routes. You know, you could see we had a great vantage point right here from behind Cantrell, and you could just see him, make himself available in a window to his quarterback.
I don't want to jinx it, but Snowflake looking like they're starting to execute a little better, getting into a rhythm here. Handoff is straight ahead. Looking for some
McKinley on the
tough
carry.
Yardage up the middle this time by McKinley. And Irvin on the tackle. Second down and 6 from the 15. Cantrell with 2 backs, flanking him left and right, throws it across the middle, and I'm not sure if that was intended for that lineman right there or not, but
that was to David Ruiz or something. Was he
an eligible receiver? He's looking to the sideline. I don't know what
I should have been paying attention to see if he was lined up as a tight end, but no, he wasn't. Oh yeah, he was. He is lined up as a tight end. He is uncovered. No, excuse me, that's 85 or 86. That's Rev No, Nick
McVicker.
Nick Vicker, yep.
Well, it looked like it surprised him.
Yeah.
I don't think he thought he was going to get thrown to here. Cantrell sweeping now, cuts it back down to the 10-yard line. He's going to be he'll be close. It'll depend on the spot here. Looks like he's going to be marked at the 10. So yard to gain is the 9-yard line. So 4th down and 1.
Here comes the field goal unit. No. Yes. Putting the MVP out there again.
Yep. Sam Crockett going to come on this
Great.
time. This one actually might be a little more difficult than the 44-yarder.
Yeah, the angle is going to be a little tougher. But I tell you what, great pursuit again by the Cougars. But an even better job by Cantrell going back against the flow, cutting it back. Irving just able to get that shoestring tackle on him before, or else he picks up the first down. So this is going to be what?
They will
about a 20 delay a game. Okay, that's probably intentional.
Yeah, I think that's fine for Sam Crockett.
Better angle.
Cantrell got chewed out last time. I don't know. I'm not sure why they huddle on this.
Just to make sure they're all on the same page.
I guess if you're gonna call a fake, you don't do it from an audible. So now the spot will be at the 24-yard line. A line drive kick, and he misses it to the left. He just did not hit that one well.
Looked like he was leaning back on that one. Pulled out of that a little early.
There's Cantrell, and he's looking for answers on that. So Sam Crockett, who's hit a 44-yarder and a 35-yarder, misses on another 34-yarder, I think, is what it was going to be. So Sholo dodges a bullet.
Yes.
We remain tied at 6.
But as you mentioned, Camden, Snowflake may have found a little bit of a rhythm offensively.
And we get procedure call against Sholo. Now Sholo misfiring.
Yep.
This was the story of the Lobos in the first half. And now it's the story of the Cougars. They've, on each of their 2 possessions in this second half, they've started off with procedure calls.
You know, I'm not sure if Nate Jones has been the center all season, but.
And a quick throw to the near sideline. It is caught. That's Trenton Beeler.
Boy, the problem is, though, Yeager just missed him a little bit. He forced Beeler to go backwards and lost a couple yards and upfield momentum. And so that allowed the Lobos to hold him to a short yard. I mean, that could have been another 5 yards pretty easily had Yeager hit him in stride and on the right angle.
Yeah, to give you an indication of just how wide open Beeler was, he had time to turn upfield and get away from a tackler. He was anticipating a hit, but he was able to turn upfield and a clothesline tackle.
Looks like a big hit up the middle by number 75.
And that's Munoz rather.
This kid's going to be a beast for years.
Has 2.5 years of eligibility left here.
280, and his running mate's 295. That's Ruiz. They got some size up front. Look for Yeager to roll left.
And
they caught the youngster this time. He was pretty excited. He was pretty excited to get to that quarterback. Now watch for them to double team Munoz right here. Give Yeager time to sprint out.
There's a shotgun snap to Yeager. He rolls to his left, looking downfield, and he throws incomplete. Had a man, but couldn't make the connection.
You know, he tried to make a very difficult pass right there. He tried to go over the top of one defender and underneath the other. The problem is, and I'm sure coaches are going to go through this with him on film, he had room to run for the first down. He had a lot of green in front of him, but just, again, the inexperience. He hasn't thrown a lot of passes. He'll learn, hopefully, from that and make the better decision.
Back to receive the punt for Snowflake. Caleb Lyman on the near side. And number 3, Ryson Stewart on the right side. Yeager to punt. An end-over-end punt. As he runs out and hits the rugby punt, it'll bounce at the 45, takes a Cougar roll to the 41. And Yeager, after starting the game with a couple of deep punts, nice tight spirals, he's kind of struggled as of late to get his punts off, and he hasn't had a lot of time.
No, well, and he does that rugby style kick, and so that actually gives you a little less time, but it does put you the outside. But you're running towards the oncoming rushers, so he does have to get it off pretty quick. And I think they're trying to keep it away from the return men from Snowflake, but I think that time he was just trying to get it off.
Well, we saw him kick one here that went only 10 yards because he kicked it out of bounds too early. And he does a much better job this time of keeping it in bounds. Nice play action here. Throw it across the middle. It is caught. That's Nick McVicker with the Mountain Mobile Autoglass first down. He takes 3 Cougars to take him down.
He was ready for it this time.
Yeah, he was more than ready.
Maxwell and Yeager on the tackle for the Cougars.
Ball will go down to the call it the 43-yard line, looks like. A fresh set of downs with a Mountain Mobile Autoglass first down. Want to remind you that tonight's contest brought to you in part by Sholo Ford, our title sponsor. And Snowflake taking a lot of time here. Next time you're in the market for a car, truck, van, or SUV, you'll find it. The best selection and the best deal at Sholo Ford. Handed off right side. And that's Caleb Lyman. Lyman going to be tackled by Trenton Beeler, who has had his name called quite a bit tonight.
Yeah, I feel one thing we're going to start seeing as a problem for the Cougars, a lot of their main guys have been on that field a long time.
Yeah.
And they've been key guys. You know, you look at Ryan, you look at Beeler, you look at Holcomb.
Their defensive linemen are also playing on the offensive line.
Yeah.
Quick pass out to McKinley. McKinley gets around 1, but won't get around the other 6 that are out there to get him. How about the pursuit to the ball for the Cougars tonight?
They've done a great job with it all night, really. Beeler was the first one there. McKinley made him miss, but it slowed him down enough. So credit Beeler for getting into the backfield. It slowed McKinley down enough that the rest of the Cougar team was able to get there. So they have had great, and they're sprinting to the ball. They are flying to the ball.
Gain of 1. It'll be 3rd down and 9 after the gang tackle by the Sholo Cougar defense. At the 42-yard line, Cougar 42 going to make a pitch to McKinley. McKinley gets to the edge and will be knocked out of bounds. Officials or coaches want a flag as McKinley goes flying into the Snowflake players box.
Yeager with the tackle there, the big hit. I thought McKinley had room to cut it up inside right there, had some blockers, but instead tried to, elected, I should say, to use his speed to turn the corner, which he did. Seems like he's starting to get his feet underneath him a little bit more.
Big 4th down play here, 4th and 4 from the 42. Cougars with a chance to get another stop here and have pretty good field position. A lot of time for Cantrell, and it's incomplete. 2 players go for it. Yeager along with McVicker. Fans wanted a penalty here.
It was close.
I'll tell you, Yeager came from behind that time. At first I thought they were both, they're both going for the ball.
It is close. It was very close. There's no instant replay in high school football. I'll tell you what, though, Camden, usually you wouldn't see the Lobos go for it on 4th and 4 from, basically midfield, but Sholo has not shown the ability to move the ball here in their last 3 or 4 possessions. So I think Snowflake feels very confident that their defense is going to be able to hold Sholo right here.
So Yeager with pretty good field position at their 37. Takes the snap, play action, rolls to his left, turns it upfield on a design
run all the way. Yeah.
Design sweep to the left side. He gets out across the 40 to the 42. And McKinley on the stop for the Lobos.
So McKinley must be feeling pretty good coming off that injury because he did not play defense in the first half as well. And he is the second leading tackler on the team. Kishbaugh comes out of there somehow.
Kishbaugh going to be close to a first down here as he gets it across the 45 to the 46.
Kishbaugh only comes in at 5'8", and I'm sure that's inflated, but he just popped out from nowhere, able to get to the outside. Good tackle, open field tackle by Stewart, but not before he nearly picks up the first down.
Well, I thought he had it from that camera angle, but they say he was down just shy of the chain, and the coaches are right there to see it, so we'll acquiesce to them. It is third down and inches.
I think you got to run away from Munoz right here.
And
they got him again.
Hard snap count. They got two Lobos coming across this time. Corden along with Munoz.
I think it was 76. I think it was Bradley Ruiz, actually. But nonetheless.
And handed off left side this time across the 55 or 45-yard line to the 44. And my apologies to Munoz if that was Ruiz.
But Ryan with a good carry. Sholo was pretty smart there on that offsides. They got right up to the ball, and they're ready to go. So this is backfiring so far for Snowflake as Sholo has picked up a couple first downs.
They get an easy Mountain Mobile Auto Glass first down, and now they face a second down and 3 from the Lobo 43-yard line. Couple receivers here to the near sideline. Yeager with a single back flanking him to his right. That's Kishbaugh, hand to him. Kishbaugh running to his left, and Kishbaugh ankle tackle at the 40, falls forward to the 38.
Good enough for a Mountain Mobile Auto Glass first down. Kishbaugh, but they kind of have that little play designed for Kishbaugh. He hasn't really run any other play than that little, it's not quite a counter, but he does start on the right side and ends up off left tackle.
Camden Brimhall credited with the tackle for the Lobos. Two receivers near side. Yeager, another long snap count, and Snowflake jumping across again.
Nope. Snowflake's going to get bailed out by the end of the third quarter.
Time expires. We go to the fourth and final. We're tied at 6. This is Sholo Ford's presentation of high school football on iTalk 106.7 and worldwide on iTalk1067.com.
Who sells the #1 truck in America? Sholo Ford. That's right. Not only do they sell it, Sholo Ford is the best place to buy it. Why? Guy Hatch guarantees it. In fact, he guarantees you'll get the best deal on your next Ford car, van, or SUV as well. It doesn't matter what you buy. Sholo Ford has the best deal. Sholo Ford on the east end of the Deuce and at sholoford.com.
Welcome back. We're live at Snowflake High School here tonight where the Sholo Cougars and the Snowflake Lobos are tied at 6 as we go to the fourth and final quarter. Some scoring updates for you. Blue Ridge at Arizona College Prep tonight. They're up 28-14 in the third quarter. Earlier tonight, Payson was up 14-7 over Fountain Hills. That one a first half score. I'm sure that one has changed since the last time we were updated on that.
It's possible. Ours hasn't since halftime.
Well, that's true. Yeah, that's true.
It's been 6-6 since the half.
Well, at least the game's progressed a little further.
And the play has been better in the second half. We have seen some fumbles still, but both teams have been a little crisper here in the second half.
I want to thank Royce Kincannon for bringing our scoring updates here tonight. If you're looking for a mobile DJ, call Royce Kincannon. He's hands down the best mobile DJ on the mountain.
Tell you what, got to give a lot of credit to the offensive line for the Sholo Cougars. They have been able to continually run the ball. Now, they haven't gashed any big plays, but they're picking up 4, 5, 6 yards sometimes just by running simple off-tackle plays. And they got some big defensive linemen to try to push.
Yeah, you look at that front there, and it is.
That's 280 and 295.
Yeah. Yeager going to roll to his right this time. Good blocking up front, but he missed his receiver. His target that he was intending to hit was Lane Perkins.
I tell you, that would have been a Division I prospect completion because he had a very, very tight window to try to throw that in as there were Lobo defensive players all around that. Perkins did have a little bit of an edge, but it would have taken a perfect throw to make that completion.
Third down and 7.
And now you the Cougars put themselves in a place where they have got to pass the ball, really, at 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7.
They're going to burn a timeout here, and that could spell some trouble in a tight game. But they will keep it here for now with just the opening paragraph of the 4th quarter. So we get a shot of the Snowflake huddle here. And you see the scoreboard reading 6-6.
I like the fact that Coach Solomon's out there giving water to his guys.
Yeah. I'll tell you,
Good leadership.
One thing about Coach Solomon is, he cares about these kids. It's not just a job to him, and it's not just we got to win. He cares about these kids. He cares about what happens to them after high school, and so he treats them and treats this program in a manner that kind of celebrates that. 3rd down and 7. They're going to send, so it's Bryson Ryan flanking Yeager to his right. 2 receivers to the right. Yeager rolling to his right, looks downfield and throws.
Oh, wow.
And
what a
it's
play.
Caught as made, or was he out of bounds?
Oh, I thought he caught it.
Talon Lester caught the football, but they say he was out of bounds.
Well, now decision time for the Cougars. As that play, now 35-yard line, that's a tough one. Do you go for it here, or do you give the ball back to the Lobos at about the 20, possibly inside? But if you don't pick it up right here, you're giving the Lobos really good field position.
Looks like they're going to go for it.
And I really feel like the Lobos offense is very close to getting off a big play here.
Yeah.
This is a big one for the Cougars.
Fans to their feet.
They're going to
4th and 7 from the 35. And Sholo jumps offside. Isaiah Holcomb lined up as the end. Wide tight end on the line. And he forgot the snap count.
He's had such a good game defensively for the Cougars. That's a tough blow for the Cougars. But they're going to run the same play. I think Yeager just going to kick this away. But
4th and 11. Yeager drops back to pass. He's in trouble. He's going to be caught from behind. Sacked by Carden.
Oh my goodness! Look at the speed. That Carden came through almost untouched from the outside. Yeager felt the pressure, but I think he didn't. He just misjudged the speed of Payson Carden. Great pursuit by Carden. Yeager had nowhere to go with it initially, and that's what allowed Carden to come in and get that sack.
Great camera work there by a crew to get that replay. You saw just how fast Carden, even in slow motion, how fast he gained on Yeager. Yeager with no chance. And not only was it a turnover on downs, the sack occurred in Sholo territory.
That's another 15 yards they gained.
At the 47-yard line, they give it to McKinley. McKinley banging his way through traffic, trying to hang on to the football, has a Mountain Mobile Auto Glass first down, and you start to sense the momentum.
Yeah, this was the sense, even in their last possession, Camden. They were starting to figure their offense out, and they didn't quite get first downs every time, but they were starting in that direction. And boy, McKinley, when you're injured, sometimes you play a little conservative, but he is letting it out now, and it's coming up big dividends for the Lobos.
They're going to send McKinley out here to the near side as a wideout. Now they set him in motion and put him in the backfield.
Cougars didn't move defensively.
They hand it off. And it's going to be Taran Green who's in the lineup. So I guess I guess this warrants Taran
this is
Green.
Emergency territory, huh?
Yeah. We'll see what kind of impact Taran Green has here tonight with injured knee. He's going to be just behind Cantrell. Handed off to Green. Green banging his way for a Mountain Mobile Auto Glass first down.
Well, I guess the knee is fine because he went 100% into contact that time, lowered the shoulder, and did not slow down. And boy, what an impact, immediate impact you see out of Taran Green.
Well, I'll tell you, if there's any question as to the impact of Taran Green, they are all settled with those 2 carries right there as he comes off the field. And he doesn't look worse for wear. We'll step away. This is Sholo Ford's presentation of high school football on iTalk 106.7 and 106.7.com.
When you think glass, think Deemer's Glass in Lakeside. Deemer's Glass offers the best selection of quality glass with affordable prices. They do full home window packages, replacement windows, custom shower doors and enclosures, custom mirrors in many shapes, styles, and colors, glass doors and hardware, commercial glass for buildings and offices, skylights, screens, fire-rated glass for your fireplace or stove, window film, and more. Visit Deemer's Glass today on Porter Mountain Road in Lakeside or call 1-888-GLASSMAN.
It's also a play of the game. Possibly.
Well, we welcome you back to Snowflake High School. It's 1st and 10 from the 13. Snowflake in a 6-6 tie. Set McKinley in motion, back behind the formation. Now hand to him. He goes straight ahead, and he will fight his way across the 10 out to the 7-yard line.
This is the confidence the Snowflake Lobos have. They don't do anything fancy up front. It's man blocking, and McKinley just tries to find a hole, in the A gaps really, and that's all they're doing. They're just trying to go man to man with the Cougar defense.
Cantrell in the gun. Green behind him. McKinley in motion. Crosses the formation from left to right. They hand to Green. Green is going to hit in the backfield and spun down. They got his knee that time.
Kevin Whipple on the tackle.
Got to imagine that knee's pretty tender.
Well, that one was a low shot. That one tested it right there. But a big third down here. Credit the Cougars, though, for calling that timeout. They've done a little bit better after that timeout.
Cougars stepping it up defensively, now facing a 3rd and 2 from the 5. Cantrell with the shotgun snap, pitch to Green. Green going to be hitting the backfield, gets around 1, now 2. Carries it backward with him to the end zone. Yeager hung on for the ride, but Taran Green is going to score for the Lobos. The first touchdown of the night. Check it out. How do you like that running, Mike?
That's what's been missing for the Lobos, the intensity that Taran Green brings to this team. I mean, that's a huge thing, and I'm pretty sure he's going to be done for the night because that might have sealed the deal. And to tell you what, for the Cougars, Talon Lester he just didn't know what was coming at him. He got faked out, went to his knees, and that allowed Green to get into Yeager and carry him in the end zone. You know, we've had to call Yeager's name a little too much this drive for making tackles. He's the free safety. He's the last line of defense. If he's making your tackles, not good.
After the Taran Green touchdown, Sam Crockett punches through a point after try, and the Lobos are up 13-6. We'll step away with 8:35 left to play in the 4th. This is Sholo Ford's presentation of high school football on iTalk 106.7 and worldwide on iTalk1067.com.
I chose Northland Pioneer College because their prices were affordable. I've learned everything about the hair, skin, and nails. I've gained confidence in what I'm doing, so I'll be successful when I get out in the salon. This is an industry where I'll always have a job, and a job where I can express my creativity and make my own hours. I have transformed my life by coming to NPC.
Here's your Beeler orthodontic straight line play of the game right here. Taran Green who comes out, makes 3 carries, all of them for huge impacts, make it 4 carries. And there's the touchdown from 5 yards out. The point after try is good, and the Lobos lead it 13-6. Beeler Orthodontics, live to smile, love your smile. Deep kick going to be fielded at the 5, now to the 10. Out to the 25, to the 30.
I love this kid.
Out to the 35, 40. He could go to the 50. Other sideline. A shoestring tackle as Kishbaugh gets into Lobo territory on a huge kickoff return.
That kid is fearless. He runs 100% all the time.
Guess who makes the tackle?
Crockett, I think, was feeling a little upstaged by Taran Green. He's like, hey, don't forget about me.
Sam Crockett with a touchdown-saving tackle on Kishbaugh. He had a little bit, there was an angle of pursuit coming from the far side. I don't know if Kishbaugh would have been able to get around to it, but that was a great tackle by Crockett. Handed off straight ahead. The give is to Bryson Ryan. Lyman on the tackle, and it's good for about 8 yards as Sholo doesn't seem to be phased.
Yeah, they're like, okay, no big deal. We're just going to come right back at you. Now, Quentin Maxwell has played a couple more possessions offensively, but he's coming in as a receiver, not as a back. Kishbaugh is in the backfield now. Let's see if he continues to run off tackle left.
Snap it to Yeager. Fake it and then roll to his right, running to his right rather. He'll be stacked up and knocked down.
Carden was definitely there's a whole host of them.
Carden's got him wrapped up.
Munoz and Ruiz kind of stood him up.
Carden's had a good game tonight as well.
He has, he really has.
Another one of those unsung heroes defensively who has just been lights out defensively tonight. 7.5 remains in the contest. Still up for grabs. 13-6 is our score. Lobos finally out to a 7-point lead after trailing or being tied throughout the entire first 3 quarters of this game. And a penalty mark is going to come out after the end of this play. Sholo driving and getting a pretty good run that time out of Bryson Ryan. But we'll await.
Nathan Jones had his helmet ripped off, and I'm not sure if they're going to get a penalty, but he's having to come off the sideline to make some quick repairs. But let's get the...
Oh, it's turning
Blue, the player is ejected. Throw punch.
Oh, man.
Hey, Trevor.
And we missed, we apologize, we missed what happened. We're going to find out. Oh,
that's Munoz.
Is it Munoz?
Yeah, they're saying Munoz threw a punch. That's an automatic ejection.
See if we can see it here.
It was behind the play.
There's Munoz. He's on the...
Look right here.
There's the stat.
That's the play before is the problem.
Yeah, that's the wrong play. Well, sorry we don't have it for you, but you can replay it on your own on YouTube. italk1067.com. You can find the address. That's Kishbaugh on the carry. Tries to get around the right edge, and he is not going to get there. Guess who? Taran Green.
And you know, that all happened, Camden, because the snap was low. Kishbaugh had to wait for the handoff, and that allowed the pursuit of the Lobos to get into the backfield. He had no chance because that snap was low.
Unfortunately for Munoz, the fact that he's ejected means he doesn't play this week and he doesn't play next week.
In his first game back.
Yeah.
Look at that snap.
Low snap. Yeager can't get it. Now he does, but he's in trouble. Still loose. Snowflake. No, it looks like Yeager may have gotten hurt on that play. That was an awkward hit by him. Look at the end right here. Look at his legs go back.
Yeah, and he just paid a heavy price to learn an important lesson. As Stetson Walters recovers that, he tried to pick it up. You got to fall on that. That ball is loose. You got oncoming rushers. You got to just fall on that. And he just learned a valuable lesson. He's learned a couple lessons tonight. 3rd and a mile.
As you mentioned, a tough way to learn it. Fans stomping their feet and causing the camera to shake here. And
delay a game.
Prior to snap, delay of game. Solo.
Well, Yeager chewing on one of his players right now. Sholo, we mentioned that they didn't look like they were phased, but now facing a 3rd down, and where are we, 37, 35 yards? Yeager throwing across the middle, intercepted. Going to be picked off by that is Caleb Lyman, and Lyman brings it all the way back to Cougar territory at the 41-yard line.
Well, I tell you what, Colton Yeager held it together as long as he could, but he made a couple of crucial mistakes in those last couple possessions, trying to pick up the fumble and try to make something happen. That cost him, and he just threw that one up for grabs. I think he was trying to throw it to Quinton Maxwell over the middle, but Maxwell went inside, and Yeager threw it on a straight go pattern, and the only one there was Lyman.
Trip set to the left side. Looks like it's Baum here to the near side. And Cantrell looking to his left, now looks right, deep right, and he's got McKinley, and it's caught at the 7, and he's able to get in for the touchdown. Yeager on the coverage. McKinley had 2 steps on him, ball a little underthrown, but a perfect pass to give the Lobos a 2-touchdown cushion.
Boy, and the heartache continues for Yeager as he's on the coverage there. He had, as you said, Candy, the ball was a little underthrown, and Yeager almost could make a play on the ball, but just missed. And that allowed McKinley to come up with it. Boy, just like that, the Lobos have taken over as, this is the way they have lived this year. They've started off slow, but boy, when they find their feet, it is ugly for the opposing team.
Well, and how much of this was the spark that Taran Green gave them?
Absolutely. Taran Green lifted their spirits and really, literally and figuratively carried them through the beginning of that 4th quarter.
Well, McKinley with the
prior to snap, delay a game.
Touchdown. Boy, I'll tell you, we have not seen this many delay the game, procedure calls, offside. I mean, this has been a crazy game.
Snowflake has always done is they have perfected the celebration. I mean, they celebrate like no other team. And that cost them there because they were so excited about the play that they didn't do the next play.
Well, this is, last week against Blue Ridge, they were on target. I wish I had the stats in front of me, but I don't think they had more than 3 penalties. I mean, they were on it. But tonight, it's been a different story as we get a Sam Crockett point after try that's good, and it's 20-6 in favor of Snowflake. They're the home team. We'll step away with 5:10 remaining in the 4th. This is Sholo Ford's presentation of high school football on iTalk 106.7 and worldwide on iTalk1067.com. How far was that?
Clear for 30.
When you think glass,
41?
there's Deemer's Glass in Lakeside. Deemer's Glass offers the best selection of quality glass with affordable prices. They do full home window packages, replacement windows, custom shower doors and enclosures, custom mirrors in many shapes, styles, and colors, glass doors and hardware, commercial glass for buildings and offices, skylights, screens, fire-rated glass for your fireplace or stove, window film, and more. Visit Deemer's Glass today on Porter Mountain Road in Lakeside or call 1-888-GLASSMAN.
Well, you're going to see the stand shaking here as the Snowflake Lobo fans finally get some excitement here on the near sideline as Sam Crockett, the first kick he hasn't kicked through the end zone, will be fielded by, who is it?
Holcomb.
Holcomb out to the 435, call it 38-yard line where he's
36.
angled out of bounds.
Yeah. Well, at this point, I mean, Sholo's going to have to come up with something big. You know, this is a time when you have to, when you try to throw the ball to try to get back in this, I just don't think that's a great idea for them right now. You know, they're going to have to mix in the pass, but they're going to have to stay on the ground. Try to get a score. One score is what they got to focus on. And if that happens, then, you know, let's go to the next plan. But they got to be a little smart here. 5 minutes is still a lot of time, although they only have one timeout.
5:02 left to play in the contest. Yeager hands it off, and I believe it was Bryson.
Yep.
Bryson Ryan with about 6 on the first down carry across the 40 to the 41.
Now, I like this. They ran the ball, but they're kind of going to hurry up offense right here.
And handed off again to Bryson Ryan, and this time Ryan lowers his shoulder at midfield. Has a Mountain Mobile Auto Glass first down to the 50-yard line.
Stops the clock, and it was a good, quick hitting play. The tempo right here. I like the way Sholo's running this, and so Snowflake doesn't like it. And they're calling timeout.
Snowflake.
And we'll step away with 4:37 left. It is Snowflake leading 20-6. This is Sholo Ford's presentation of high school football on iTalk 106.7 worldwide on iTalk1067.com.
Who sells the #1 truck in America? Sholo Ford. That's right. Not only do they sell it, Sholo Ford is the best place to buy it. Why? Guy Hatch guarantees it. In fact, he guarantees you'll get the best deal on your next Ford car, van, or SUV as well. It doesn't matter what you buy. Sholo Ford has the best deal. Sholo Ford on the east end of the Deuce and at sholoford.com.
Well, we got a warning. The Snowflake fans have an air horn that they're honking over here, and that's caused the officials to give the
unsportsmanlike warning. Oh, jeez.
And it's Sholo jumping off
Private
sides
snap,
again.
False start, Sholo.
That was Henderson again.
Yeah.
You know, they executed that like 3 times to perfection, and then all of a sudden they couldn't do it again.
Yeah. The penalty bug has definitely been for Sholo this half.
And it's not for Sholo or Snowflake trying. I mean, Snowflake's tried to be the higher penalized team, but Sholo's been trying to keep pace with them. So a couple on that carry, second down and 11. Yeager rolling to his left this time. Pump fake, steps up.
See, he learned.
There, midfield, 45-yard line, going to be tripped up. And that's Owen Lunt who makes the tackle on Yeager at the 45 of Snowflake.
Big third down here.
And they give it to Bryson Ryan. He's got a first down as he crosses the 40 out to the 37.
That was a big play right there. Credit good upfield blocking that time by Kevin Whipple for the Cougars. Opened up that hole on a nice kick-out block of Carden, who's been all over the field tonight.
Shotgun snap to Yeager. Yeager rolls right, throws, and it is caught by Trenton Beeler. And Beeler able to get across the 35-yard line to the 34. 3.5 remains in the contest.
The Cougars look like they're like this pace. This might be something that the coaching staff looks at for their entire offense.
And a low snap again, give to Bryson Ryan. Bryson Ryan bangs his way out for another first down. I'll tell you, Bryson Ryan running.
Watch him. He just takes the ball. He takes the snap because the snap was low and left, and then you saw Yeager just push him. Just go.
That's an upperclassman move right there.
Oh, here's Carden.
Carden in the backfield with the sack.
The Cougars have definitely not had an answer for Payson Carden. He has been in that backfield all night long.
Well, I don't know what you do about Payson Carden, but he has been a thorn in the side of Yeager tonight. Second down now and about 17. Yeager throws, it is caught, and hit immediately.
I think that's Halcomb. on the
Holcomb
reception.
coming up slow, and he does not look good.
Tell you what, though, I hate to say it, but this could be a moral victory if Shola can find their way into the end zone here in these last 2 minutes.
Holcomb's going to stay in with 2:08 left, clock rolling. Approaching the 2-minute mark of the fourth quarter. Caught by Holcomb. Holcomb spun down. How about that? Hurt on the previous play. They go right back to him.
Sholo.
Take a look at this replay here. Holcomb gets hit again. Tackle was made
Rev Brimhall.
by Brimhall. Well, we keep it here with 1:54 left to play in the contest. And Snowflake up 20-6. Sholo, who hasn't had a real prolific passing game tonight, struggling here because they're in a situation where they really need the pass.
Yeah, and that's exactly the problem. But the nice thing is they've still mixed in enough runs right here to keep them honest, and it keeps they've had good yardage off the run that set up the short pass. The short pass, I think Sholo can execute pretty well. Now, if you have to try to get 10, 11 yards, that might not work out, which in this case they got to pick up 8. That's kind of borderline for me and the young Colton Yeager. And I only say young because he's only played 3 games so far.
Fans go to their feet. Yeager will set up in the gun. 2 men wide to the right. He's going to roll to his right. He's in trouble. He's going down. He tries to get rid of it. And that should be either intentional grounding or a incomplete pass.
I think there was a receiver in the area. Beeler was in the area, so they're going to say incomplete.
He was down. They should have given the sack that time to the Lobos. Rev Brimhall again in there. But that's your ball game right there,
and
folks.
that's just what I was talking about. Because they had to pick up 8 yards, Yeager had to hold on to the ball longer than he has been. And you can't, too much speed on the Lobo side, and can't hold him back from getting into the backfield. And Yeager needed somehow to get rid of it earlier and try to let his receiver run with the ball.
Yeah, it's been a tough second half for Sholo. Snowflake finally uncorking their offense, who did not score through 3 quarters in this contest.
Didn't score a touchdown.
Did not, yeah.
Yeah, didn't score a touchdown. Crockett scored, but
yeah, so
any touchdowns.
How about that for the Sholo Cougar defense, holding this Snowflake Lobo offense to no offensive touchdowns in the first 3 quarters.
Yeah, I mean, Sholo gave Snowflake all they wanted. A couple of miscues late really hurt kind of allowed the Snowflake Lobos to get that last touchdown. But they really gave all they had. The Sholo Cougars, not a very deep team, and they're still pretty young. They don't have a ton of seniors as their key guys. Obviously, Yeager and Ryan are juniors. Kishbaugh's a sophomore. Holcomb, who had a really good game tonight. Trenton Beeler, who had a really good game tonight, are both seniors. Maxwell's only a junior. Irving's a junior. So these guys have a lot of guys coming back, and they're learning some valuable things here in these tough games against really good opponents.
Well, and you can see Trenton Beeler and Yeager going over and consoling Beeler, saying, "Hey, this is not what we hoped, but I'll tell you, they played their hearts out." And players gonna congratulate each other, as that'll be the final play of the game. Snowflake able to take some knees, and the clock will wind down. Final 15 seconds. And a final score tonight. Snowflake improving their record to 4-0 on this undefeated season with a victory over the Sholo Cougars, 20-6, who fall to 1-3 and pretty much unable to get into the playoffs unless some miracle happens for the Cougars at this point. That's probably part of the disappointment that we see on the Sholo Cougar sideline out of those players coming off the field here tonight. We'll step away. We've got a lot to talk about, and hopefully a interview with a couple of players as we do our post-game wrap-up here tonight. We want to say thank you to our sponsors. Get a shout-out tonight, Deemer's Glass, for sponsoring our glass-shattering hit of the game. We'll announce that coming up. Deemer's Glass, need glass for your business. Deemer's Glass in Lakeside is hands down the best place to call for quality glass at affordable prices. Call Deemer's Glass at 1-888-GLASSMAN. Also, Beeler Orthodontics. Live to smile, love your smile. Beeler Orthodontics. And reminder that you're listening to Sholo Ford's presentation of high school football on iTalk 106.7 and worldwide on iTalk1067.com.
Summit Healthcare Regional Medical Center is a proud supporter of high school sports. Many of our local sports players were born at the hospital, where Summit Obstetrics offers comfortable individual rooms for mom and baby. In case of a sports injury, the hospital ER is always staffed and prepared to take on the most serious injuries, and Summit features an advanced diagnostics department with state-of-the-art equipment. The Summit Healthcare orthopedic and therapy teams can help sports players overcome injuries and return to the game. Summit Healthcare Regional Medical Center wishes all players a successful and healthy season this year.
Who sells the #1 truck in America? Sholo Ford. That's right. Not only do they sell it, Sholo Ford is the best place to buy it. Why? Guy Hatch guarantees it. In fact, he guarantees you'll get the best deal on your next Ford car, van, or SUV as well. It doesn't matter what you buy. Sholo Ford has the best deal. Sholo Ford on the east end of the Deuce and at sholoford.com.
You've been there, waiting forever at the gas station for the guy to free up so he can fill up your propane tank. Or worse, when the only qualified propane technician decided to stay home that day. Yep, you've been there and I have too. That's why now I get my propane from Ace Hardware every time. You get Ace Hardware's world-famous customer service when you stop in for propane. That's right, you get in, you get out, and you get a great deal on propane and everything else. From Ace Hardware at their locations in Pine Top and Heber. Ace Hardware is proud to support White Mountain Sports.
Orthodontist Dr. Joshua Beeler has been providing family-friendly orthodontics in Sholo and the entire White Mountains since 2006. If you need braces, stop in and see the friendly folks at Beeler Orthodontics and meet their professional staff. Dr. Beeler and his team have the latest in orthodontics technology, and they work with each patient individually to custom tailor the most effective treatment plan for the best results. Beeler Orthodontics is a proud sponsor of high school sports. Beeler Orthodontics, live to smile, love your smile.
When you think glass, think Deemer's Glass in Lakeside. Deemer's Glass offers the best selection of quality glass with affordable prices. They do full home window packages, replacement windows, custom shower doors and enclosures, custom mirrors in many shapes, styles, and colors, glass doors and hardware, commercial glass for buildings and offices, skylights, screens, fire-rated glass for your fireplace or stove, window film, and more. Visit Deemer's Glass today on Porter Mountain Road in Lakeside or call 1-888-GLASSMAN.
Who sells the #1 truck in America? Sholo Ford. That's right. Not only do they sell it, Sholo Ford is the best place to buy it. Why? Guy Hatch guarantees it. In fact, he guarantees you'll get the best deal on your next Ford car, van, or SUV as well. It doesn't matter what you buy. Sholo Ford has the best deal. Sholo Ford on the east end of the Deuce and at sholoford.com.
Welcome back. We come back to Snowflake High School. The final score, 20-6 in favor of the Snowflake Lobos. And I think we've got, do we have Ron lined up yet? All right, we'll wait for Ron to get his interview set up, and we'll talk about our Beeler Orthodontics straight line play of the game, which we called earlier tonight. But Beeler Orthodontics, great sponsor of high school athletics. We want to invite you to try them out. If your kid needs orthodontic care, you want to make sure you contact Beeler Orthodontics. They really do a terrific job.
Well,
all right.
We're going to go down to Ron?
Yeah, let's go down to Ron. Ron?
Well, we're down here with a couple seniors, Payson Carden and Caleb Lyman. Caleb, you had a heck of a game, an interception there. But I wanted to talk a little bit about going over and giving Taran Green a hug. Just what does he mean to your team? He came in and gave you guys a huge boost. You guys played some awesome defense, which we want to talk about, but what does Taran mean to the team?
Taran, he's not much of a showboater. He'll never showboat to anybody, anything. He's the nicest kid on the field, but he works harder than any kid I know. I love him for it. He's just amazing.
Sounds like you have some fans out here, too. Talk a little bit about your defense, though. You guys, held Sholo there. You had some turnovers. What did you see on that interception, and just talk about your defense?
Our defense, I can't give enough to our D-line. They hold that quarterback in so well and make him struggle and run out and make deep, rough throws, but I just saw it coming, and I don't know, it felt right, so got it.
Just grabbed it.
Yeah,
All right.
It was in the
All
moment.
right. Payson, you had an incredible game. They just kept talking about you up in the booth, just how you're all over the field. They couldn't seem to stop you. Talk a little bit about your play. What was the difference tonight for you and your defense?
Well, I mean, we got incredibly DBs, and I wanted them to make a play on the ball, so I knew the more I got back there and got pressure in that quarterback, the sooner they were going to be able to make a play. You saw Caleb Lyman's pick. That was a huge momentum boost, and, I mean, it's just great to get a sack and, to pick up the team after we've fumbled the ball a few times, but it gives our offense a boost, and it gives our whole defense a boost, and the energy just picks up. So.
All right, well, awesome job, guys, on defense, and way to lead your team, and we're going to take it back up to you guys.
All right, thanks, Ron. Appreciate it. As we get back to our plays of the game, our Beeler Orthodontic straight line play of the game, here it is.
Yeah, this is it. Taran Green, I mean, Coach Solomon at halftime talked about emergency situation. Well, obviously he felt that this was the time, and he put him in. And boy, what a difference it made. When you see your teammate give this kind of effort and carry a player into the end zone as only Taran Green could, he drug him 5 yards. That's going to get your team going and really set the tone for the rest of the fourth quarter for the Lobos.
That's your Beeler Orthodontics straight line play of the game, brought to you by Beeler Orthodontics. Live to smile, love your smile. Beeler Orthodontics. Time now for our Deemer's Glass shattering hit of the game, brought to you by Deemer's Glass in Lakeside. Hands down, the best place to go for quality glass at affordable prices, and there you see it right there.
Yeah, there was a lot of better collisions tonight, some lowering of the shoulder hits. Taran Green had one when he first came in, but none bigger than this hit, as Sholo was really starting to make some things happen. But as you see, and Carden comes in at 6'1", 195. They showed great speed right there in order to get the quarterback Yeager down.
See Carden again. That's why we are so hot on him tonight. Had a terrific night. Carden doing an absolute shutdown job defensively tonight for the Snowflake Lobos. And that's your Deemer's Glass shattering hit of the game, brought to you by Deemer's Glass in Lakeside. It's Deemer's Glass at 1-888-GLASSMAN. Quality glass at affordable prices at 1-888-GLASSMAN. That's that interception that set up that scoring drive there. So that's going to wrap things up for us. We want to say thank you to our entire crew, our executive producer, Ashley Harley, back in the studio, Mike Granillo. We wiped the cobwebs off, and somehow we managed.
Hopefully.
Chris Hudson, our spotter, and going to be our statistician next time, right, Chris? We'll try to.
We're in negotiations.
Yeah, in negotiations, right. Well, we can't go too much further than 0, so we'll see how that works out. Special thanks to all of our sponsors here tonight. Don't forget to patronize those sponsors. Without them, it's not possible to bring high school football to you each week. Also high school volleyball to you here on iTalk 106.7. Ace Hardware in Pine Top, Heber and Overgard, Northland Pioneer College, Octopus Car Wash, Summit Regional Medical Center, Beeler Orthodontics, Deemer's Glass, Furniture Gallery, and of course Sholo Ford on the east end of the Deuce. Hands down the best place to go when you need a good car. Nice, reliable vehicles, car, truck, vans, or SUVs. The best deal is at Sholo Ford on the east end of the Deuce. We'll get you a scoring update here before we check out.
From down in the valley, Blue Ridge 42, Arizona College Prep 24. That's in the fourth. That's not a final yet, but Blue Ridge looks like they're in command of that one.
And earlier on, we had Payson out in front of Fountain Hills, and I'm not sure if that has changed. The final tonight, Phoenix Christian 42, Paradise Honors 6. Payson scores on a long touchdown pass with 8:27 left in the game, and Payson up 28-7 on Fountain Hills. with 6:28 left, you have that Blue Ridge score that you just mentioned there. So there's your scoring updates from around the state. 20-6 is our final here tonight. Snowflake over Show Low. We invite you back next week. We're not sure which game we'll be covering, but stay tuned to iTalk 106.7 FM and iTalk1067.com to find out what our game of the week next week is going to be. It'll all be happening here on the best station for high school football, iTalk 106.7 FM and iTalk1067.com. We want to say thank you to the technical crew and thank you to Mike Granillo tonight. For Mike Granillo, I'm Camden Smith. Until next week, we say so long, everybody.
This has been Sholo Ford's presentation of high school football on iTalk 106.7 KNKI Pine Top and iTalk1067.com. Brought to you in part by Northland Pioneer College, Ace Hardware of the White Mountains, Deemer's Glass, Beeler Orthodontics, Summit Regional Medical Center, Octopus Car Wash, Mountain Mobile Auto Glass, and Little Blue Bird Studios. This broadcast has been a copyrighted production of iTalk 106.7 and Country Mountain Airwaves, a Kopaniki communications station. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or use of this broadcast without the expressed written consent of iTalk 106.7 or Country Mountain Airwaves is strictly prohibited. For more information on this game and other games around the region, go to iTalk1067.com.